How's it going, Vera? That was quick. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good night. How's the setup going? It is going. I'm exhausted. I spent a good bit of yesterday out and about and went to bed extremely late. So we are about like an hour-ish late, I think, to the stream, but still try to make it. We're gonna stream, so the schedule for this week is gonna look like today, Tuesday, and then Thursday, I think. Today and Thursday will be the next streams we do. And then after that, maybe Sunday. So Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday for Pokemon. We'll try and make that work. Yeah, we have like a bed frame coming in, I think, later today that I need to set up. How's it going, Yeet YOLO? Hello, hello. You are, I mean, you're early in terms of at the very beginning of the stream, but in terms of early of us being early, we're not early. We are a little late. Nah, no Twitch today. No Twitch today, Nick. Mainly because I don't want to set up everything. Since we're going to be switching back over tomorrow. So no Pokemon tomorrow, but I'll be back on Twitch tomorrow for Wednesday. And then we'll come back on Pokemon Thursday. Nothing good. Alright. I do like these sneak peek events. Sometimes they've actually helped me collect some of the rare Pokemon that we don't have yet. So I do fancy the sneak peek. All right, let's take a look. We got to play some new decks today. That's 1,000,000%. We got the Nihilego Weezing video that's going to go live later today. And I think today, what do we have on the list? Oh yeah, we're going to retry Shiinotic Solgaleo. So that's a 1. And then we're going to try Zeraora, Magnezone, Oricorio, and or Luxray. So that's a 2. So we got 2 decks. Can I trade you a Wugtrio EX? I'm on your friends list already. What's your username? We'll go through. We'll see. I should have a Wugtrio EX. Rock. There's gotta be. I see you. All right. You're just in luck. I had exactly 3 Wugtrios. All right, I'll come back and check on that after a match or two. We're gonna play a little bit of Buzz right now while we ease into our Solgaleo matches later. Can I explain the thrusting with Buzz? I thrust attack or attack thrust. So your field is gonna be Celesteela, 2 of them, 1 Buzz, and then one of your other Pokemon to start dishing. I'll show you once we actually play some matches with it. After you attack with Big Beat Buzz, you can't attack with Big Beat again. You can punch for 30 if you want, but you can't attack with Big Beat. So you Celesteela Ultra Thrusters, put the Celesteela into the field, and then Celesteela again on the second Celesteela to put Buzz back into the field. Doesn't cost any energy to do so, and it allows you to use Big Beat again. Now, if you only have 1 Celesteela on the field and you have Buzz, but you have one of these other Pokemon, the Kartana or the Pheromosa, after you attack with Buzz and you can't attack anymore with Big Beat, you can Celesteela retreat off of Buzz and then put Celesteela in the front. Or no. You Celesteela, you get Buzz out of the active spot, but you put in a Pokemon like Kartana or Pheromosa, attach the 1 energy to it, and then retreat off of that Pokemon back into Buzz. So you have options on doing that if you want. We'll play a couple games and just show you more of what I'm talking about. How's it going, Mars? What do I think of the last set? The one that we currently have, decently few good cards, Buzz and Guzz. All right, we're going first against a fire deck. Not good. So I've been seeing a couple of these Silvally Charizard decks, to be quite honest. I don't know if it actually helps or bricks, to be quite fair with you. I'm gonna end turn. I really don't want to put down a Pokemon and then they Sabrina. Dang, they got everything. Alright, so 1 energy. Buzz is going to be able to go down. If I Sabrina, I die to Charmander. If I don't do anything, I'm still dead to this front Pokemon. I'm gonna Pokecenter Lady. Because then it means that they at least need to have the evolution to Silvally. We already have elemental weakness, so we might actually lose here, but we'll see. I don't know. Oh no, that could have been a play. Sabrina Leaf Cape. I completely... No, yeah. Sabrina Leaf Cape kept us alive, right? He's doing 40. I go up to the same 60. Yeah, that would have been the ideal play. I really want to Professors and not Lucamine just yet, but I also... Dang, sucks. I desperately need a Celesteela, and we did not get it. Not off to a good start. No, the plan wasn't to attack this turn, even if I did Lucamine. The plan was to get enough energy so I can Cyrus next turn and hit that Charizard before it starts swinging in or even stoking. That was the ideal plan. But I think now I have to just... I can't even Lucamine now because I can't Lucamine an Erica. This is why I wanted to Lucamine early and not Professors. But I guess if I didn't Professors, I wouldn't be finding the Erica this turn. Oh, a lot of trainers that I can't use. Killing the Silvally so it can't kill me would be nice. Then I just have to hope he doesn't have a Silvally and a supporter in hand after he's already used a Research and an Iono. That's gotta be the play, right? Lucamine attack. That's gotta be the only move right now. We'll let fate decide. Do I think there's a chance Gengar can make a comeback? Maybe. Maybe Gengar could make a comeback. I do think Gengar might be a bit too slow to get onto the active field. But possibly. Oh, send it. Gengar Shiinotic is fast. Fast AF now. Interesting. Gengar Shiinotic. So then we're gonna play Shiinotic Solgaleo later today, just to retry it. And then we're gonna try some Zeraora. I guess we could also try some Shiinotic Gengar, maybe. Yeah, down to give that a chance. Dang, another fire deck with going first yet again. Not off to a great start. Yeah, definitely not off to a great start with all the fire. Yeah, I've tried Shiinotic Solgaleo, Zaid. The problem is, it did not do so well. For my experience. A lot of people swear by that Solgaleo Shiinotic is insane, but it just did not give me good luck. And that's mainly because every game we had, we were bricking on not finding our Solgaleo or not finding our Cosmog, and it was just the most depressing thing ever. Or not even getting an evolved Shiinotic to even make use of Shiinotic. And since we weren't even building Shiinotic in the first place, it didn't really make too much sense to put energy on it, right? Because we were hoping we would find the Solgaleo, and we just never did. Yeah, we can try Shiinotic Gengar if you want. After we do our Shiinotic Solgaleo and maybe a Zeraora with Magnezone and Oricorio. Would I try Dark Tina RCS Crobat? No. That's an older deck, and we all know that's a very good deck too. Have I reached Master Ball? Not yet. We keep trying out new decks, so it's halting our progress a little bit. But if we played the same one deck like Buzz that we're playing right now, we'd probably be Masters today. But yeah, our progress is being halted quite a bit. Alright, we need a Celesteela or we die this turn. To a Sabrina. Yeah. Even if, yeah, we died to a Sabrina. Come on. No Sabrina. No Lily. No Sabrina, no Lily. Nice. The most they can do is Giant Cape or Potion. But if they don't stay in the active spot and they swap, then we're also kind of in a bad spot. Because they could just put another energy on it, or put energy on Silvally. And then they lose triple energy on Charizard. I mean, we can still one-shot Silvally, and then they have to restoke. And then I can Cyrus and bring that other Charizard back whenever. So we have a small chance with finding a Sabrina. Yeah, so now we need to find a Sabrina or a Cyrus. Actually, no, we're good. One-shot Silvally, one-shot Charmander, and they'll only be at 4 energy. Yeah, we're good. All we gotta do is Lusamine. Oh, I'm thinking we have. Oh, I completely forgot, chat. I'm so sorry. It's early. I needed to put down the other Buzz and put energy on that other Buzz. Now, I messed up, but I can still win if they don't Mars me right here. I can put Buzz down next turn when it's my turn, and we're good to go, and I can still attack for a big beat. But for one, they can't find Charizard here. They cannot. Oh, and we weren't supposed to get Marsed. Because now we need our, yeah. Not good. Not good. I mean, if they found Rare Candy Charizard, yeah, it doesn't matter. They had everything in hand. So even if I did have Buzz and Lusamine, we still lose. Because he puts energy, he stokes. And then I'm dead. And I can't Lusamine and Cyrus, and we didn't even pull Cyrus. Well, that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Dang, 2 games in a row, we go up against the same exact fire deck. Charizard. I wonder if Charizard is making a comeback or not. Yeah, 2 different decks, Charizard. Yeah, I mean, if we did find a Cyrus or a Sabrina, we won there, but he was attacking next turn, and we can't live with a giant cape against Charizard. We get 1 shot. Charizard is our worst matchup, so hopefully we don't get Charizard 3 times in a row. It is unfortunate that we have gone first 3 times in a row, though. There's a lot of Charizard around at the moment in Ultra Ball 4. There's a lot of Silvally with different decks around. We're seeing Silvally, Rampardos, Silvally, Magnezone here, I think we're seeing. And Silvally, Charizard. There's a lot of Silvally running. Tried some Silvally at Ultra Ball 2, and 90% of the games were mirror matchups. And if you go first, you're going to have a bad time. Oh, yeah. That sounds about right. Mars turn 1 is crazy. All right, we got Buzz. We got Celesteela. Don't think I'll need Pheromosa, to be honest with you. I'm gonna Leaf Cape. And then I'm gonna jump blues. I should have used Kartana, but if we are going against an Oricorio, we need Kartana to actually kill the Oricorio. Lycanroc EX is just plain bad. I never tried out Lycanroc EX yet. It's one of the Pokemon we haven't given a chance. So on my list of Pokemon to try out, we have Crocodile, which some people are saying is good. Some people are saying this is kind of bad. We have Lycanroc EX and Passimian EX as an idea. We've got a bunch of Zeraora decks that I just want to try out. We've already tried like 4 different Zeraora decks and they did not work. But we do have Zeraora Luxray, Zeraora Magnezone, Oricorio. Then I still have Blacephalon. Okay, so he is bricking a little bit, which is good for us, bad for him. I'm gonna do this just so he can't land heads if he bricks one more time. And then next turn, we're able to Kartana. If he finds Silvally, that's good because he kills us. And then I can Lucamine attack him back. If he puts energy on Silvally, I was about to say, it just means that he's Omega bricking. Yeah, I've not tried. The only Silvally deck I've played was with Rampardos. Maybe Silvally or Ikorio is also good. I don't know. All right, Buzz is coming in early. Lucamine's going down. Third energy, another Celesteela. And then we big beat and hit for 120. Now, Cantu, I don't know if you're still in here, but I can show you how the big beat works now. Assuming he doesn't concede right here because he doesn't have another Pokemon to put on the back line. Technically, it says we can't use Big Beat anymore, right? Can't use Big Beat. What I would do is I would use one of the Celesteelas, swap out Buzz to the Celesteela, and then use the second Celesteela to Ultra Thrusters again to put Buzz back in, and then we can Big Beat for 120. And if you only had one Celesteela on the field, then yeah, you just Ultra Thrusters out to the one energy retreat Kartana, put the bench energy that you generate that turn, and then you can retreat from Kartana back into Buzz. And then you're still good. So the technique still works. There's multiple ways to do it. The easiest way is with double Celesteela, and then you're good to go. The other way is with one Celesteela, one Pokemon that has one energy on it, or one energy retreat cost, because then you can just put the energy and then retreat off of it and then go back into Buzz. And then the third way, which is the risky, not guaranteed way, is double buzzing, where you have an energy, you have like one Buzz in the front and you big beat, hit for 3 energy, right? You can't use big beat next turn, but you have another Buzz in your hand or another Buzz on the field that has 0 energy. However, you also have Lucamine. So when you swap off Buzz here, you lose 2 energy, which means 2 energy goes to the discard pile, which means now you put in the new, fresh Buzz that has no energy on it, the bench energy, which is 1 bench energy, and then you can Lucamine the other 2 energy that you just lost from switching from this Buzz. Which I have done a couple of times. It has worked out. But that's not like, it's not always going to happen. It's like a situational thing, where you're not finding any Celesteelas at all, and your Kartana and Pheromosa already died, and your Buzz was the last one on the field with another Buzz. So there's still like a last chance, a last hope of being able to swap and do that. Check out base Leafeon. Yeah, base Leafeon is the same way. Base Leafeon, I think, is 2 energy or 3 energy for 90 damage. And it also says you need to retreat, or it also says you can't attack next turn. There's a lot of Pokemon that say you cannot attack with this Pokemon next turn, right? I think, what's that one leaf turtle Pokemon that evolved from Turtwig? Because that Pokemon was one of the ones that did not get an EX, which felt sad. And it also has the same attack, right? Where you attack and you can't attack again next turn. I think it does 150 damage, something like that. Ooh, double Ori and a Zeraora. This is the deck we're going to be playing later today. Interesting. So I'm going to hold off on putting Buzz down for now, I think. So I might just be building a Celesteela instead. Yeah, we've tried Guzz out already, Chandley. We have a video on Guzz. Oh yeah, Torterra. Yeah. Torterra is the one I'm thinking of. Torterra is the Pokemon that, if you attack, you do 130 or 150 damage, but you can't attack again next turn. So there's a lot of Pokemon like that. Back in the day, if you wanted to actually utilize... Ooh, this is going to be good. Back in the day, if you actually did want to utilize, say, the base Leafeon, you would have needed to use like a fossil. Now let's get rid of the Oricorios. You would have needed to use a fossil. So you would retreat off of Leafeon, go into the fossil, discard the fossil, and then that counts as you being able to attack again on Leafeon for 90 damage. We didn't have a Celesteela back then. Giovanni puts me at 10. If I can top deck an Erica, that would be beautiful. Would have been, could have been, should have been, but it is not. I think I still go down fighting, because hitting the Oricorio now means they're both in one-shot range to a Kartana, and once Kartana cleans up and kills both of them, that Zeraora is going down. Nothing will be in the way from a Lucamine Buzz and attack for 120. So I hope those Oricorios or that Zeraora is ready. Because Pheromosa being able to attack, and then us being able to attack again with it, put both of them in one-shot range. And I don't know if this deck runs any healing or giant capes, but if it doesn't, then that's lucky for us, right? So let's Ultra Thrusters out. Let's put in our Kartana. Go in, and we are swinging. We've lost 1 energy, which means I'm not going to use it yet. If I use it now, I'm only getting 1 energy, and then I can only put Buzz at 2 energy. I don't want that. I want to make sure I can get double energy for Buzz. Their best chance of winning this turn is getting a Silvally, the type Null, putting it on the field, putting energy on it, and then Cyrusing my Celesteela to kill it at 50. If they did that, they can win, I think. Oh. Uh-oh. Or if they Giovanni'd. I was going to say, because the only way they win is if they can kill a Pokemon this turn. And they managed to kill a Pokemon that turn. All right. They do have a chance to win with a Cyrus. They have a chance now. Before it was like there's no way they can win. But now since they've gotten that. Yeah, that's scary. I have no healing. No healing, and both of them do 50 damage. Dang, did not expect the double Geo, but I guess I should have. It's a Zeraora deck. Oh. Well, we have to attack with Celesteela no matter what. Yeah, I'm a little sad to be quite fair with you. Third energy Celesteela. Lucamine. Moon. Attack. Heads. If they have Giovanni, or no, if they have a Cyrus, they win. Which will be very sad if they did have a Cyrus. Then that means they've gotten pretty much everything they needed. Come on, you can't keep getting that lucky, right? Aw, man. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. The odds of them having double Giovanni is crazy, right? And the odds of us not getting a healing item. Why not Cape the Celesteela? You can't Leaf Cape, sadly. Leaf Cape is only for Leaf Pokemon. If it was a normal Cape, that would work. Same reason why you can't Erica the Celesteela. We would have needed to find our Poke Center lady. Alright, we got Pheromosa, we got Celesteela. I'm not going to put a Pokemon down. I'm going to end turn. And that does leave us very vulnerable to a Mars or a red card. And the reason why is because Pheromosa is going to hit for 20 and hit a back Pokemon for 20. I want to make it so they can't hit any of my Pokemon back here when I finally do put him down and then swap over and attack. That's the idea. Keeping them full health as much and as long as possible is going to be the key. And then I'll Pheromosa down as well. And then we'll just Thrash Metal attack. Why is Celesteela not a grass type? Dude, if Celesteela was a grass type, that'd be OP, right? I'm all for grass is probably my favorite element in the game. So I'm all for making grass better. Celesteela being a grass type would just make my Buzz deck a lot better. Stronger. Alright, let's see. We got our own Buzz that we could start powering up. Funny enough, I do think I Leaf Cape the Buzz so they don't red. And I'm going to attack here as well. I'm not going to Erica my Kartana. They could top deck a Celesteela and a Kartana, swap out and one-shot my Kartana. But that does mean my Buzz in the back doesn't get hit. And there goes Celesteela. There's no way they top deck Kartana as well, right? So that's the only way they can kill the Kartana right now in the active. Dang. Leaf Cape. Alright, so next turn we Guzman attack and kill. And then second energy on Buzz. And then when they put their Buzz in... Oh, if I Guzma... No, yeah, we still Guzman attack. I was going to say, if I Guzma, then they could technically Cyrus my Buzz. But they can't Cyrus and kill my other Buzz. They can't Cyrus in red. And they can't Cyrus in Guzma. So no matter what, we will live this next turn for our Buzz, and we don't have to worry. And then I can Erica if I need to, or red to make sure that they're dead. If they stay in with Celesteela here, then I'll Erica the Buzz and just attack for 120. Yep. Alright, so now we Celesteela, swap to Buzz. Erica to make sure we're full HP. And then Big Beat. And now we have red saved for Buzz. And they've already used a Leaf Cape, so I don't think they're going to have another one. You're so confused on how to play in this meta right now. Just go Darkrai Giratina, you know, when in doubt. Dang, they had another Leaf Cape. That is absolutely wild. I mean, they can't big beat again unless they have another Pokemon. So I think I still attack here and pray that they don't have another Pokemon and whatchamacallit? Healing. We got to capitalize on this right here, right now. So we don't have another Celesteela, so I switch over to the Pheromosa, retreat manually myself back into the Buzz. And then I read. And then we'll hit for 140. Alright, so if they don't put down another Pokemon, they can't big beat. But if they do find... No, even if they find... They would need to find another Buzz and then have Lusamine in hand. Because then they can switch to that Buzz. I don't think they have it. Then they could switch to the... Yeah, they don't have it. We're good. Nice. It worked out. So now we just Ultra Thrusters. Go to the Pheromosa. Put one energy on Pheromosa. Retreat off Pheromosa back into the Buzz. And I'm able to attack again. Big beat. You don't need double Celesteela. You can always make do with just one if you have those other Pokemon. You can also make do with another Buzz in the back because you can retreat, lose 2 energy, Lusamine that 2 energy to the other Buzz you just went to, and then put bench energy. A lot of ways that Buzz can get his 3rd energy in one turn. It's crazy. And still continuously attack. You're like guaranteed able to attack with Big Beat no matter what you do and how you play it. Yeah, no scoreboard because old deck. Yeah, pretty much. How's it going, Crystal Dreams? The deck lists that we're going to be playing today, for anyone who's just tuning in, we're going to try out Shiinotic and Solgaleo again. We're going to try out Zeraora Magnezone with Oricorio. And then we're going to try... What's the last deck? Shiinotic and Gengar. I think someone wanted me to try Shiinotic plus Gengar for all of the Sylvallies that are being running around. Still using Pokecenter Lady? Yeah, I am still using Pokecenter Lady in the account or in this deck. Realistically speaking, I am thinking of getting rid of it. Out of all the games I've played with Buzz. Oh, wow. He found Garchomp already. Out of all the games I've found with Buzz, I've not really needed to use Pokecenter Lady to, like, cleanse anything, right? I'm gonna go ahead and Erica the damage he's done. And then we're going to end turn. So there is still a chance we can win this. He's going to go to second energy, linear attack again. And then once I come in, I'm only able to do 140 damage to him because of the energy weakness. When he does finally kill us, I can Lusamine and put that energy on Celesteela and then have a chance to attack again. He can't one-shot us. Oh, or I can Lusamine the Buzz after. Because we have double Buzz. Okay. Then I think we're set. I think we're good to go. So now I'm going to Ultra Thrusters out. We're coming in. The other Buzz... I mean, I'm getting Professors, right? Kartana. I could technically... Kartana an attack, but if he has Cyrus in hand, then I lose my big opportunity right here, so We are going to stick with what I originally had in mind. And big beat. The only downside is if he finds his other rare candy, which is very rare because he already used one, and he has 9 more cards left, and he goes into Rampardos, then we could be in trouble. How do you have the other rare candy? So I would have had to either, and he has Lily. I would have had to either say maybe he doesn't have Cyrus and we take that risk of no Cyrus, or we take the chance of him not having rare candy and Rampardos. I feel like us taking the chance of him not having rare candy Rampardos was a much better idea. The right path, the right play, even though we did lose. Because he already used a rare candy, and there was no way he could have found that second rare candy with the rare Rampardos so early, right? With still 9 cards remaining. So no matter what, I still think we made the right play, despite we're about to die here. Alright, so let's Lucamine. Energy. I think this is gonna be a Beastite on Buzz. Because now we do have a small slim chance at winning. You guys want to see it? The small slim chances, they cannot have red as their one single card. They've gotten lucky for everything I've said. Please don't give them the luck right now and give them red. As they're one card and they're drawing another one. Because then we do kill the Rampardos. We do 140 for the weakness, and we do an additional 20, which is 160. Nice. All right, 160 damage incoming. Which is why I wanted to try and save the, or put the Beastite on immediately, because I knew that Beastite was going to be handy. All right, Ultra Thruster is in. I wonder why the opponent always waits for you to Ultra Thruster. Maybe they think someone's going to misplay and not know how to play Buzz. They always have it, right? That was a terrifying matchup, but the one Beastite, this is why we run Beastite in the deck, by the way. Because Beastite can allow us to do that one extra 10 damage that we need for a one-shot Rampardos. So as long as we can pick up one single kill, and usually Rampardos isn't going to be in the active spot until we kill one of their Pokemon, so guaranteed Beastite will be able to get at least 10 damage. It helps us one-shot a Rampardos. Because without Beastite, we would have lost that game, and I would have had to replace Beastite with a Giovanni, but trying to play a Giovanni supporter with another supporter just is too much. Beastite kind of works out in our favor. You lost the person I was battling a couple minutes ago? Yeah? Did I win? I don't remember. Alright, this will be the last Buzz deck we play, and then we're going to play some Shiinotic Solgaleo. The good news is we already have the deck built, so we don't have to spend time deck building. Bad news is I didn't like the deck. I wasn't a fan of it. And just to ask and confirm, yes or no, do we need an Iono in the Shiinotic Solgaleo deck? For anyone who's played it, for anyone who's seen it, do you think we need a whatchamacallit? Alright, so worst case scenario, say he evolves into a Charmeleon. Charmeleon does 40 damage. And we have grass weakness. If he has a Giovanni, he can one-shot us, and then we're dead. Realistically speaking, Leaf Cape on Buzz doesn't change anything either because we get one shot. So I'm going to Leaf Cape on Pheromosa just to play it safe. And I don't think I want a Sabrina. I think I will Sabrina, actually. Because then he can't evolve and attack with Charmeleon, and then I can still attack more times than just twice. Because if he did evolve into Charmeleon, I'm taking 60, and then I'll take another 60, and then we're dead on the front. Problem is, by Sabrina-ing, he does get to keep that energy, but him having no energy versus 1 doesn't change anything to a rare candy Stoke. He goes from 0 energy to a +1, then Stoke to a 4, and then a final 5. You're 14-10 with Shiinotic Solgaleo. Alright, now I'm gonna Cyrus. I guess that's what I could have done before. If I didn't Sabrina early, I could have hit. They evolved the one that has energy, and then I Cyrus, then I get a chance to attack twice. Oh my, how do you have double? Okay, man, all right. I think this is gonna be a concede, right? How do we win against double Charizard that's hitting for 150 every turn and one-shots all of my Pokemon, but I can't one-shot them? How do we win? Because once I jump blues here and we kill... The only way we would have won is if I top decked a red and I had energy being built on Celesteela instead. Because then I could have attacked, flipped, 120. Oh my, no. Don't show me red as if I could have done that. Alright, thank you for the giant cape. Whew. Now I know deep down it doesn't matter if I did build the Celesteela versus the Buzz. We were cooked no matter what. Because the idea was, right? I could have put Celesteela in, who had double energy. Finally put the third energy on. Red, 120. Charizard dies. They hit me with their other Charizard. They go up +2. I'm already at 2. And then Buzz can finish off. But since they giant cape, it quite literally does not matter now. Right? We still lose. I swapped a Buzz. I red. I kill. I could maybe hope they misplay, but... I think this is just BM if anything. Who knows? Maybe they hit the big Stoke button, right? From what I've seen, you do not need Iono. Already fairly consistent as is. You want to know something, Janix? We played Shiinotic Solgaleo yesterday, or 2 days ago. We went 3-9 with it because we could not find our Shiinotic. We could not find our Solgaleo. We could not find a Cosmog. So I'm going to show you the deck list. I'm going to show you the deck list for Shiinotic Solgaleo, and you tell me if we're missing anything or if it looks like the standard deck list that should do work. Because we got very unlucky. You gotta run Red and Sabrina for Shiinotic. I do have Red. We got Red and Sabrina, yep. We got Red and Sabrina. So this is the deck that we made. And as we were making it, I think chat was telling me you do not need Iono at all. They said Iono is not necessary. So we're running a 2-2 setup for Morlul and Shiinotic, a 2-1-2 setup for the Cosmoem, Cosmog, Solgaleo, Rare Candy, Pokeball Research, Sabrina, Cyrus, Red, Guzma, Lily. Ditch Cyrus. Run Mars. Oh yeah, true. We don't need Cyrus. because we're not going to be doing any damage with Shiinotic and Morlul. Solgaleo is going to be the first one that swings in and attacks, right? That's the idea, I think. So this is the deck. People told me you don't need Iono. People said this is like a big tournament winning deck that did very well. I played this deck yesterday or 2 days ago. I went 3-9. We could not find the Pokemon we wanted. So I don't want to believe that it's a very consistent deck, but maybe today, instead of going 3-9, I'll go 9-3. And then I'll be like, dang, never mind, this deck is very consistent. So I'll ask one more time, do you think we need an Iono? Or am I missing anything? Seems pretty good. You run 1 cape for Charizard. One cape for Charizard. Oh yeah, because Charizard does 172, and if you attack, you go down from 180 to 170. What would you kick out for a Charizard though? Because you kind of want to keep all the other Pokemon stuff, right? Lily's good for healing. I think you would have to just bite the bullet and say if you go up against a Charizard, GG. It's your worst matchup anyways. There's bound to be worse matchups. You shouldn't really try and build a thing just for that one single. You use Iono and a red card? Cyrus, Mars, red, Cape, Lily. Okay. We'll try this deck. I guess if I had to say what the wild card is, Mars is the wild card. I'm seeing a lot of people will say that they run Iono. Some people run Cyrus. They mix and match. All right, let's try out. Chat says, again, that we do not need Iono. I'm going to trust you guys. I personally can't leave home without an Iono. Because Iono could Iono you into a Shiinotic, and then you can start using Shiinotic to find the Pokemon. Iono is such a great card. I'm a big fan of Iono. Alright, we are going first, which is very good because we get to evolve first. Usually I'm not a fan of going first, but I like this. Especially against, I guess, oh no, not against the type Null, because now they're able to actually second energy attack and then attack again with their, whatchamacallit, right? I got Mars in the deck. I could Mars next turn. Assuming that they don't go down to less than 3 cards. Let's see if they stay at 5. This is a good Mars next turn. Ooh, nice. Mars can definitely get Rampardos out of their hand with that rare candy. Make it be drastically lower chance. Speaking of rare candy, we got our own rare candy. Rare candy Solgaleo. Don't even need Shiinotic energy. I will still evolve into the Shiinotic, of course. Could keep us alive if he doesn't find Silvally. Illuminate, another more lol. We will put it down because again it'll protect us from a Sabrina. And then we are gonna Mars this up. Mars is usually good for stopping rare candy finds, because then they only go down to 3 cards and they need those 3 cards to be the rare candy and their stage 2, and the chances become drastically lower, you know. It can also be good used late game. Yeah, so they couldn't find their card. We kind of screwed them up here, thankfully. They found a Cranidos instead, so I guess they got a slow build, which means no rare candy in hand, I'm assuming. Or maybe they had rare candy Cranidos. But the key is, we're happy that they don't actually have the Silvally. Meanwhile, we have another Cosmog down, and we are illuminating to thin our deck even more to get even more cards we need for our win condition. Shiinotic Illuminate, another Illuminate, and then Illuminate again to thin our deck. That could have been a oh wait, it doesn't matter if we get Cosmoem. Alright, so now we Rising Roads here. And we start swinging in until the Solgaleo in the front dies. And once the front Solgaleo dies, we should have another Solgaleo being built. Because I can Illuminate, and it's going to be a guaranteed stage 1. Which is why we run at least one stage 1. We don't even need to find the other rare candy at this point. They have 13 cards. I have 7. And I've not even used a Professor's Research yet. They've used 1, and they've used double. And I still have less cards than them. That is just the power of, Shiinotic, I think. So Illuminate gives us the Cosmoem, and we're able to level up here and evolve. Put energy on it. Illuminate can't do it because we don't have any more. Red doesn't do anything against their deck. Lily, I could technically Lily, but I don't think Lily's going to do us a whole lot of good. I'll just do it for whatever reason. We don't really need it late game. I attack him. He'll attack me back. Rampardos dies, and then whoever they put in will guarantee die to a Cosmoem. The only thing that they can do with those 2 cards is have a rare candy Rampardos, and then they can win. But it doesn't matter. Once their Rampardos attacks, and he knocks himself out, my other Solgaleo can clean up. And if they try to, like, red card or something, I can just Illuminate my Solgaleo back in my hand. This is a terrifying deck when things go your way, right? Not bad. That was, like, chef's kiss. In terms of, like, how we played that. Alright, let's keep it going. With Silvally swarming the meta, you don't know how relevant red is. It's good against Buzz, because Buzz is also swarming the meta. But I'm trying to think who else we want to counter against with red. All right, we're going second. We got more lull in the back. I think this is going to be a mirror matchup. Yeah, it might be a mirror matchup. So good news is they're going first and they don't have energy advantage. And as long as they don't put a more lull down, they're not able to evolve first and start ramping up their finding for Pokemon. Yeah, they didn't find it. So their first turn was basically wasted and they couldn't actually utilize and capitalize on it. Now ours will be wasted too if we don't find a Cosmog, but we did. So now we can put second energy on it, and all we're missing is a rare candy. And there it is. There goes the rare candy. So we're off to a good start. They are not off to a good start. Like, if you're going turn 1 with the Solgaleo deck, you want to make sure you have at least more lull on the field so you can evolve it in Shiinotic. That's how you benefit from your turn 1. But if you're not going first and you're going second, you got to make sure you have a Cosmog to put energy on it. Speaking of energy, they're going Solgaleo in the back. Do we still swing? Oh! I was going to say, do we still swing in or do we wait? Top decking a Sabrina is absolutely vile, I'm not going to lie. Like, that's the most BM thing we could have done right here. Heart of the Cards definitely going my way. Rising Road. Now we get to first swing in on them. Then after the fact, we should be able to Lily and heal. I think we've won since we got a chance to attack first. I don't think if I didn't top deck Sabrina, I don't know if I should have still put in the Solgaleo and attacked the Cosmog and then let him attack me back. He'd go from 180 to 170, and then I would do 140 with red. maybe I still attack. It's going to be a questionable play at best. I don't know why we're even thinking right now. We've won the game. Let's go ahead and put energy. I'm putting extra energy on Soul Galeo just in case they're running something funky like a Team Rocket Grunt, or if I need to retreat off the active spot and lose my 2 energy. Overall, I think we've won. Most they can do is find a rare candy with Soul Galeo and then Rising Road to the front. All right, dang, pretty quick. Lily achieves literally nothing unless he pulls out Skarmory. Yeah. literally achieves nothing for using it on that turn. But at the same time, I was like, do I need to build anything else? Do I need to build a second Soul Galeo when we already are swinging in for 120 and they don't have any energy on field? That's what I was thinking. But realistically speaking, they could have technically Rare Candy, Soul Galeo, Rising Road, go to the front, I attack it, and then it lives, but it can attack me and kill me. And I don't have an answer to that after the fact. They could have easily flipped the script because I decided to Lily over Professor's research. It's just that the odds were very slim that they were going to be able to make a comeback after our insane start. But no, yeah, I should have Professor's research. Okay, we're going first, and I think it's a mirror matchup. It is a mirror matchup. So we went against the mirror matchup going second and won. Now let's see how we do going first. I think we do have the advantage because we have Shiinotic and we have more LOL. So we're able to start building. Oh, wow. We can get both of our... We can get everything on the field. Double Cosmog, double more LOL. We can thin our deck extremely quick here. And we already used Professors. Yeah, this is going to be a very strong start for our first. So let's double Cosmog it up. And then we're going to be more LOLing. And then we will be ending turn here. I'll probably evolve the front Shiinotic. Or the no. I can just evolve the back, right? It doesn't really change anything. Just evolve the back in case our front dies, because then we're still able to use Shiinotic. So we'll evolve the back, Shiinotic, Illuminate. Hopefully find either an A Cosmoem or B another Shiinotic. Because then if we find another Shiinotic... No, not the red card. I already had 3 energy. I had 3 Pokemon. It's crazy that they still like to red card even with 3 cards in hand. But I mean, what are you gonna do, right? So one of them is gonna get evolved into a Cosmoem. The other one is getting the rare candy treatment. Just so they know, hey, look, I got my Soul Galeo. What about you? Thanks for the red card. Thanks for helping me. And then we end turn. Now this rare candy in hand is technically dead. But I don't want them to try and like red card Mars again. Alright, so we got the most optimal start. If they Rising Road and swing in, we have an advantage. Because we're attacking first. Alright, they just want to attack. They don't want to think, they just want to go. Let's see. And there goes the Shiinotic, which we still will use to try and find a Soul Galeo 50-50. Okay. Still not bad. We're going to Rising Road Soul Galeo. The next time we illuminate, it will be a Soul Galeo. As long as they don't find their second rare candy, then I think we're good. We're in the clear. Red. Doesn't really matter. He's doing 140. We're going to go down to 20 HP. More LOL only does 10 damage, I think. Illuminate. The second Solgaleo is active. They have 3 cards in hand. They need a rare candy and a Solgaleo to win. Mars cuts down their 3 to 2, which means that the 2 cards they got just now needs to be the exact 2 cards that they need, which is a very slim chance. So Mars is strong there, especially because they have 10 cards left in the deck. If I somehow Marsed them and they got lucky and got a red or a rare candy and Solgaleo, not much we can do, right? Nice. So we won a game where we went second against a mirror matchup, and we also won a game where we went first against a mirror matchup. Both showing you the optimal starts on whether you're going first or whether you're going second and how you should play it out, I think. Not bad. So the deck's still good whether you first or second, which is nice. Dang, 3-0 with the deck. Not bad, man. Pretty good so far. Mars is too powerful. Yeah, Mars is always a good clutch card, for sure. Early game or late game, depending on their situation, on what deck they're playing and how many cards they have in hand. 100 damage with the condition being damaged with only 90 HP is just bad, so Valley achieves the same damage with a more forgiving condition. Primeape? Have I tried a Primeape deck yet? Primeape. Yeah, I feel like Silvally is better than Primeape, no? How's it going, John? How's it going, Ryan? Alright, let's focus up. We're going second. We have our worst matchup, which is Fire deck. Solgaleo is weak to Fire. So we're going to see how we fare against a Fire deck. Alright, it's our turn. We have a Pokeball. If that's a Morlul, that's perfect. Yes, let's go. Alright. We got Morlul. Energy on Cosmog. We got the rare candy. I kind of want to Mars them to take them down from 4 to 3. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm just going to teleport and save the Mars. Maybe I'm going to regret it. We'll just see what their starting hand was. If they had rare candy and everything. They got 5 cards in hand. They didn't have a Professors, so Mars could have helped them get Professors. Which is the reason why I wanted to hold off on Mars just for 1 turn. We did find a Shiinotic and another Solgaleo. They did get their Professors now. And they do not have rare candy and evolution, so it's a good thing we didn't use Mars. Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't use it. We do need to find a rare candy, though, to capitalize. Dang, no rare candy. Oh, we misplayed. We misplayed. If anyone in the chat is able to find out how we misplayed, let me know. We misplayed 1,000,000%. So I'll tell you how we misplayed. You're supposed to illuminate first with Shiinotic, thin your deck from those basic Pokemon, so when you Professor's Research, you can find the rare candy with a better chance. Now we're put at a small disadvantage because we didn't Shiinotic first and we Professored first. So small misplay, but could turn into a big misplay because of it. But just to let you know for the future reference, always illuminate first, ability first, and then Professors. Because we did Professors into a Solgaleo, right? And that could have been a rare candy. Alright, let's see. If we can find a rare candy, this would be nice as a comeback. It's another Morlul, unfortunately. I think we've lost, right? Yeah. The only way we would have won is if I had put energy from this Cosmog into the Shiinotic so I could retreat this turn so I can live. But the fact that they have 1 point here off of the Shiinotic means that we're dead. We lose. I'll still end and then just play out one single turn just to see if they misplay by chance, but we are dead on field because all they need is +1 from Shiinotic, and they get the last from our Solgaleo. Wait a minute. Wait, no, they should have killed the Shiinotic with Litten because they can one-shot a Solgaleo whenever they want. If I top deck a rare candy, we have a chance at winning, and they misplayed. Oh, okay, so just to explain, if we top decked a rare candy, I can swing and hit for 120. He kills me, yes, but then I get to hit again for another 120. I'm doing 240 damage to his 200 HP, and we have Guzma with red, so we can do 240 plus 20, 260 damage. We could have done 260 damage total and remove 20 damage or HP from him. Not even Lily would save him next turn. Yeah, he wouldn't even live with using 1 Lily. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Alright, so he did win. We'll end turn here. Not much else we can do, right? If he gets +1, then he can kill one of my other Pokemon guaranteed and I can't kill him. Yeah, we're dead on field. If we did top deck a rare candy, then it would have been ultra punishing because there's nothing he could have done. But Charizard is the worst matchup. So if you do go up against Charizard and you end up dying, don't feel too bad. It's going to be your worst matchup, so I don't feel too bad. Although we did misplay that one single time. And I feel like if we did make the perfect play and didn't blunder, then we could have had a potential chance at winning. Yeah, you could argue and say throw in a giant cape to counter that deck, but I feel like not a lot of people are playing that deck. I see more Sylvallies than anything, right? Sylvallie Oricorio, Sylvallie Rampardos. I see a bunch of mirror matchups here we're seeing with Solgaleo. I see Buzz, I see Guzz, I see Darkrai Giratina. I don't run into Charizard too often. So we're going second against another dude. We're just playing nothing but mirror matchups. This is crazy. This is like our third mirror matchup, right? It's wild, man. We're seeing a lot of the same deck. So let's Professor's research here. Finding another basic like a Morlul would be nice, because we could have teleported out and we didn't teleport out, so we're just gonna have to. We're gonna teleport. It might make the opponent think that we're just hard blundering, right? And maybe, just maybe, he won't Mars me or red card me. He'll have pity. Maybe he'll pretend that this Cosmog is like a Magikarp, flopping around, worthless, not able to do anything. And then we hit him with the big surprise, rare candy, Solgaleo. Hopefully top deck Sabrina so we can hit the Cosmome in the back. If we top deck Sabrina, please. Please, please, please. Whew. Coulda happened. All right, let's Professors before we hit him with the big surprise. Morlul's going down. Cosmog is going down. And you already know we are dropping that rare candy evolution popping off right now. I think I should have used Mars. To be fair with you. Just to thin their hand. But I think having this field down right now is good for us. Even if he does find a Solgaleo and swing in first, I get to swing back, and then we have second energy on Cosmog that transforms into a Cosmoem, and then we get a guaranteed second Solgaleo. So I think this is the correct play versus using Mars. Building up a double Solgaleo is kind of like top priority. Ooh, and they didn't find it, and with no Shiinotic to help find another Pokemon, I think that's GG. So now Shiinotic, this is going to be another Morlul, which we'll put down. And then I'm going to Shiinotic because I think this will probably be, it's a 50-50 second soul Galeo. Yeah, second soul Galeo. All right, so now they have 5 cards in hand. They're bricking. This is gonna sound stupid, but I'm gonna Mars them. I'm gonna Mars. They have 5 cards. Take them down to 3, and I'm gonna Soul Breaker. Now they are bricking. They didn't find any of their professors. They couldn't find their Soul Galeo. I think we shouldn't have used Mars because of that logic. Because now they could finally get their Soul Galeo and finally get a professor's research and help them out. But I think we've already won. So it doesn't really matter if I get risky and Mars anyways. But ideally, we probably don't Mars, right? We probably don't. We'll still take it. When the opponent is bricking, no professors, 5 cards, still no Soul Galeo, you don't want to Mars them, right? More times than not, you're just helping them. Yeah, the only reason why I did it was because it was very rare for us to lose. For one, they can't one-shot our Soul Galeo if they did top deck Soul Galeo, and for 2, we had another Soul Galeo ready to go when our Soul Galeo finally did die. So we were still in a very dominant spot. We're 4-1. You were unlucky with this deck yesterday. Yeah, the last time we played it, we were unlucky. We went 3-9 because we were bricking. Fast forward to today, now we're 4-1. I don't know. The game giveth and taketh as it seems. I like the deck. I can see what you guys were talking about now with the Shiinotic Soul Galeo. Seems good. It's fun. I am a fan, officially. I'm a fan. Okay. We got more LOL. We're going first, and we have a Darkrai Giratina making its way back. The beautiful thing is we are starting with more LOL, and we're going first, which means we get to evolve first and start searching for other Pokemon, which is going to be great. Now, the question is, should I Sabrina or should I Professors? The other more LOL goes down no matter what. I do think I probably Professors first to card draw, and then I can Sabrina after the fact. And I can always save Sabrina so I can get a big hit on the Giratina and surprise him. That might be the better play. So let's just go ahead and Professors, thin our deck a little bit, Cosmog, and then end turn. Hopefully trying to find a Shiinotic, because that's probably the most important thing right now, rather than trying to lose and slow down his tempo from Darkrai. Because him being in the front with Darkrai, I think it's telegraphing that he might have Dawn in the deck. And he's waiting to try and Dawn the energy next turn. Which, in that case, if we find a rare candy, that's very strong for us. Because then I'll let him Dawn the energy, and then I can just Soul Galeo Red and we kill him. So if I'm thinking correct, and he has Dawn. Yeah, Sabrina wouldn't do anything right now, I don't think. Now since he's filled his entire... Oh. He's not building the front, so he does not have Dawn in hand. Very interesting play. We'll put Cosmog down. We'll put this down. I can always Guzma whenever I'm ready. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna Sabrina. Because I know he has Leaf in hand then. And at least this way, if he did try to get... If he did try to put in whoever else, like the other Darkrai, I could top deck a rare candy Soul Galeo Red. I am thinking of just using more LOL and attacking for 10 to get that Giratina down to 140. So I am putting it within red range. But if I do top deck rare candy, we have to go in with Solgaleo no matter what. So we can save them from getting a +1. Because the chances of them killing double Solgaleo is going to be very slim. We desperately need a rare candy. 2 out of 9. It's a Mars that doesn't help us. Does not help. It does not help. And the only thing I can do is honestly just retreat to the other Morlul and stay alive. Stall just a little bit longer. That's it. That's all we can do. End turn. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of bad luck. We don't have our Shinotics, so we're not able to find our evolutions. We're not finding rare candies. There goes the Leaf we mentioned. And they're swinging in with that Darkrai. So, top decking a rare candy means we can red and kill Darkrai, and we are turning the tables back in our favor. Come on, just attack and no Giant Cape, because I can't red and Guzma. Come on, attack. Attack. Yes, go. All right, 2 in 8 chance. We have a 2 in 8 chance of finding the Solgaleo. That's a 25, or finding the rare candy. That's a 25% chance we find rare candy, Solgaleo, and we can red and kill Darkrai. They don't have Giratina ready to go. Come on, come on, come on. No. It's not over yet. Let's not be too sad. Let's not be too sad. If this is a Cosmoem, oh, I am sad right now, man. I am so sad. I am actually so sad. I'm gonna Mars him, take him down from 3 cards to 2. Because if they did have a Sabrina or anything in hand, we stop it here now. And if they attack and don't Giant Cape, we can still find our rare candy, and we still have a very good chance of winning. Don't forget, Giratina needs 3 Psychic Energy. He only has 2, which means he has to Broken Space Bellow 1 more time in order for him to attack. We have 6 cards in the deck. 2 rare candies. Come on, 33% chance we win right now. No! Oh, we lost. I know what you're thinking. Professor's research will give us the rare candy, but we can't one-shot the Darkrai, and that was the main reason why we needed to find the rare candy without Professors, because now we can't red. I think we're dead. I honestly do think we're dead, and it doesn't matter. Like, I'm down to Soul Breaker, but if they Sabrina, they get a chance to attack. Because I wasn't able to one-shot because we didn't top deck rare candy. If they don't and they attack us and we go down, yeah, Sabrina, see? That's why I said we needed, I don't know why he paused and waited for so long, but that's why I said we needed to top deck the 33% rare candy. And if we did, we can red, we kill it. They have no way to attack next turn. And then we're able to evolve double Solgaleo, and they can't one-shot either Solgaleo, so we'd be able to win 100%. That is the unfortunate. Our rare candy was at the very bottom. I think both of them. We had like 2 cards remaining. All right, a little bit of unlucky draws. Not too much we can do about that. It would have been very nice if we could have won against that Darkrai Giratina, but we got very unlucky. Told it's too inconsistent to grind in this ranked matchup. Which one? Darkrai Giratina? Playing Garchomp Aerodactyl EX to do counter this deck. Charizard and Silvally works really great. Garchomp Aerodactyl. Interesting. Okay, we're going first, and we have not only the worst start, but also the worst matchup. We need a more lull this turn, and we did not find it, so we actually have the worst start you could possibly ask for Solgaleo Shiinotic. So we don't even get to evolve to Shiinotic to search for Pokemon, but we also don't get energy advantage, and they get energy advantage, and we are weak to fire anyways. Kind of a punishing turn 1. They got Charmander. Let's go ahead and Professors first before we try to evolve. Got the rare candy. This might sound crazy, what I'm about to say, but I think I'm going to Cosmoem. And then end turn. Because they can't kill me for 1, and for 2, if they rare candy and evolve into Incineroar, they're going to be applying burn on us. I can cleanse that burn by evolving into Solgaleo. And then I can save my rare candy Solgaleo for a different Cosmog, because we already have it in hand. Versus trying to slow build my second. I can fast build a second one if I need to. And there goes the second one. So this might turn out to be working in our favor ever so slightly. We'll find out in a moment. Morlul goes down. Cosmog goes down. Solgaleo goes down, and we can build a second Solgaleo. Quick too with rare candy. Alright, we gotta hope they don't have Stoke Charizard. And even if they do have Stoke Charizard, I think we're still good. They got no Pokeballs. They're trying to thin that out. They did not pull any Professors yet. Doesn't matter if they attack here. No, it doesn't matter. They're doing what? 60 damage? Oh, it does matter. We need to top deck a Lily. Sabrina works too. Let's Illuminate. It's gonna be the other Morlul. Put Morlul down. Let's rare candy, evolve energy on the back. Now, believe it or not, I think I Sabrina because they only have 1 card, and to evolve this, to evolve the Charmander in the front, they need to have 2 cards in hand. It's a rare candy and a Charizard. So the odds of them having 2 cards when they only have 1 card is impossible. So we'll see. They're gonna draw a card. If it's a rare candy Charizard, it's still fine. I get a chance to attack for 120, and then we have another 120 attack coming in after the fact. They Ionode, which means they can't possibly have a rare candy Charizard. They're just doing this for BM, and then they're gonna concede right now, and we win the game. Oh, never mind. I forgot. They have to attack, get their +2, and then concede. We'll still take the win against our worst matchup. They had, I guess, bad luck. So we had a very bad start on this Solgaleo match, but I guess they had a bad everything else after the fact, right? We'll take it. We'll take it. Solgaleo Shiinotic is unstoppable. Solgaleo Shiinotic is unstoppable. You love bullying Pokemon with your Charizard? Can you have deck recommended? You want to recommend a deck? I'd say Buzz. Buzz or Silvally Rampardos are some good decks you can run. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to make some very strong decks, whatever expansion Rampardos is in and Rare Candy, try and make sure you get those cards first. Because You can make a lot of Rampardos decks. Garchomp Rampardos, Silvally Rampardos, Lycanroc Rampardos. You have like Rampardos is here to stay, you know? There's so many good Rampardos decks you can run. Rampardos can kind of carry you. Alright, let's go again. We'll play maybe a couple more, if anything. And then we're going to try out Zeraora with Magnezone Oricorio. There's also Stoutland Rampardos. True. Stoutland Rampardos. I didn't even think about that one. There's a lot you can do with Rampardos, man. He's flexible. Some people even go Magnezone Rampardos. Didn't I hate this deck recently? I did, Lopez. That was because the last time we played this deck, we got very unlucky on our card draw, and we went 3-9. Now we're 5-2, and we're having the best time of our life. Okay, we're going second. The only beautiful thing about going second is if we can find a Cosmog to put energy. They're going first, so as long as they don't find more LOL and put it more LOL down on the bench, then they have a bad first. Okay, they found more LOL. That's bad for us. And we don't have anything. Yeah, that's bad for us. So now they can put energy on Cosmog and then evolve their Morlul into a Shiinotic and start ramping up while we have nothing. We can still win. It's not doomed yet. Okay, they found their... They didn't need Shiinotic. It's doomed. It's doomed. I repeat, it is actually doomed. Never mind. I mean, I wouldn't Mars me because I'm bricking. They could unbrick me and then I could technically come back and win. Rare Candy and Cosmog is the reason what I'm talking about. I don't think they should have Marsed because they should have read the field that I am currently bricking at the moment. I have no other Pokemon. And the fact that they did use Mars and help me out to find a Cosmog with Rare Candy means we only need one more Pokemon and we're good to go. One single Solgaleo and we can turn this game back around and win. Here comes their Solgaleo swinging in. Come on, let us top deck a Solgaleo. Punish them for using Mars on us. Come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna put energy on Cosmog here and not energy on the back to double up, because if they have one Sabrina in hand and they hit my energy Cosmog that had all energy on it, then we 100% just lose the game. There's nothing we can do. So spreading the energy out, because Solgaleo only needs double energy to attack, is going to be the ideal thing. There's still a chance we win, by the way. There's still a chance we win. It's called Top Deck Solgaleo right now. Question mark? Nice. All right, so our chances of winning went from 0% or 1% to 50%. And I'll take a 1% to... No, it's a 1% to 25%. My bad. We went from 1% to 25% chance of winning. Because now we Soul Break. We hit him for 140. He's still not going to die. He gets to attack me, but I attack him and I live at 40 or 50 HP when I attack him again. If he doesn't have another Solgaleo that he can put down, or a Shiinotic, for example, and he's bricking on that, then we can possibly get a chance to win. We have like a 25% right now. All right. He didn't find it. That 25% went up to like a 40% chance of winning. We got like a 40% chance now. Now it's going to come down to, does he find? If he finds one Shiinotic, it's over for us. One of the two in his deck. If he finds a Solgaleo, that's 3 Pokemon out of 7 he could find. That makes him win the game right here. Dang, and Professors. No, come on. Do not find it. Do not find it. Okay, it's over. Because he can Shiinotic into the other Shiinotic, and then that's a guaranteed Solgaleo. Yeah, that's dead. I'll just let it play out so you can see. Yeah. We tried our very hard. If he didn't find the Professor's research, we could have had a small, slim chance of finding... Or no. We would have won, right? No, we would have needed a Sabrina. Because Cosmoem can't die in one hit to a Solgaleo when Cosmoem attacks. So a slim chance. Could have saved that red for the other Solgaleo. No, it was no reason to save it for the other Solgaleo because we got to hit Solgaleo twice anyways to even kill it. The reason why we used it was because if they do want a Mars or red card or something else us again, at least we got red out of our deck because red was basically a worthless card to have against another Solgaleo mirror matchup. And it would have given us a better chance of finding like a Sabrina that we could have used for a win condition later on. Try Tapu Koko, Oricorio, Luxray. Tapu Koko EX or Tapu Koko? How's it going, Monk? Alright, let's do one more game with this deck. And then we're going to mix it up and do some Zeraora that I'm looking forward to. Alright. We're going first. And we have Shiinotic. And if this is a Cosmoem or another Morlul, it doesn't matter. We're still off to a very good start. Alright, Cosmog, end turn. We got Cosmoem in hand, which means we could theoretically just Cosmoem and Shiinotic, and we don't need Rare Candy, because then we'll be protected if they red or Mars us. They got Kartana, so Kartana's coming in. At least it's going to be Morlul taking the damage and not us, unless they have a Sabrina. Ah, there goes the red card. Dang. Everyone's running red card nowadays. We still found our Shiinotic, which is nice, because it keeps us alive from another attack from this Kartana. Go ahead, Illuminate. Cosmoem would be good here. Nice. Alright, Cosmoem. Energy. Let's go ahead and Cosmog. And then we end turn. Sabrina does us nothing against this deck because their Celesteela can just Ultra Thrusters out. I could technically save it. If I find Solgaleo next turn, I could Sabrina kill the Celesteela so they can't keep getting free swaps. That would be ideal. Oh, never mind. They got another Kartana. Morlul. Let's go ahead and Illuminate. It's a Shiinotic. I can't retreat off of Shiinotic, unfortunately, so I will go... Energy on Cosmog in the middle. And then I'm going to end turn. So I do think next turn we get a guaranteed Solgaleo. There's no other Pokemon we can pull in the deck besides double Solgaleo. So all we have to do is Shiinotic, Illuminate, find Solgaleo, and then we can swing in. And I think I'll just attack the front. And then we'll Sabrina into the Celesteela if he doesn't want a Celesteela. Mars again? Dang, double trouble right now. Red card and Mars. Not gonna lie, this is some wild matchups we're seeing right now. Now this is absolutely wild what's going on. This is not cool. This is not fun. I'm just gonna stampede and attack. Because the fact of the matter is, we don't need any other extra energy on our Cosmoem or Cosmog. We need to find Solgaleo. We had it guaranteed, but now Mars takes it away. They're still bricking, which is why I don't really want to try and Mars them, because I could unbrick them. Finally, Solgaleo. Finally, Solgaleo is here. Rising Road. Soulbreaker. There we go. Now, even if they don't put Celesteela in here, I can still Sabrina into the Celesteela. And if they somehow manage to land heads on this to hit us for 100, you still one-shot it. And if they did bring in Buzz, then we still have another Solgaleo with a red that we can hopefully find with 6 cards remaining. So we have some options here. And unless they have to Lusamine this turn, or else I can Mars them and prevent a Lusamine, hopefully. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. If they don't land heads here on Celesteela, I can just Sabrina into that other Pokemon from Buzz. I don't even need to find red. We have a win condition, which is Sabrina at the moment. Yeah, we have a win condition here. Yeah, Celesteela still dies. Alright, so I don't think I actually use Mars. They have 2 cards in hand. I'd be giving them 2 cards again. I don't know why they wanted to Ultra Thrusters out, Ultra Thrusters back in. Questionable play. Maybe it's some kind of like special way they can roll heads. Alright, we rare candy. Solgaleo on the back. Since we're not going to be using Mars because they already have 2 cards, I will Guzma. And then I'm going to swing in for 120. Because now we can either win against Buzz if they try to Mars or red card me again after they've already done it twice this game. We can win with the Sabrina and we can win with the red. So now we have 2 ways to win against Buzz. There goes the Lusamine. If they put another Buzz down, we're kind of in a pickle. But realistically, I think we're fine. I can just attack the Buzz, then we have another Solgaleo in the back anyways, and they can't one-shot this Solgaleo in the front. Yeah, that's GG. Sabrina for the win. Alright. That's all she wrote. Sorry, Chief. Buzz is such a strong deck. I love playing it. Very consistent, very fun. But Solgaleo shining through. Okay, 6-3 with the deck. I'm happy with it. I'm happy. The deck seems fun. Last time we played it, extremely unlucky. This time, very fun. The reason why we didn't put in Cosmoem and Stiffen, John, was because we could afford to live on the other, whatchamacallit thing? Shinotic. And I didn't want to retreat to the Cosmoem, Stiffen, and then let them put in Celesteela, attack, flip heads, and they still do 50 damage. Because then when we finally get Solgaleo, our Solgaleo doesn't have 180 health, it has 130 health. And then when I finally do find my Solgaleo and evolve it and attack, I go from 130 to 120, which is in one-shot range to their Buzz. So putting in the Cosmoem to try and stiffen, they wouldn't keep Kartana in the active spot. They most likely would have just swapped over to Celesteela to try and hit for 100. That would have been their best play. If they try to attack with Kartana, they do no damage, and that's just a bad play on their part. And it doesn't matter if we lose a second Morlul or not. We wanted to make sure our Solgaleo was at max HP as best as possible for the buzz that was inevitably going to come in. Alright, so this is the Solgaleo Shiinotic deck. Another Solgaleo deck is making the moves through ranked mode here. This time with Shiinotic, so we're running double Shiinotic, double Morlul. The same 2-1-2 Solgaleo setup with the rare candy in the stage 1, Pokeball Research, Sabrina, Mars, Red in case you're going up against Buzz, which is also a very strong Pokemon. You can one-shot that with Red Guzma to remove the Leaf Cape so it can put it back into the one-shot range. And Lily for the stage 2 Solgaleo for a little bit more survivability. So the beautiful thing about Shiinotic, this is going to be a little different than like Skarmory, Escavalier, and all the other metal-type Pokemon that you're going to be using for the active spot to attack. We opted to take out a Cyrus because we're not going to be doing any damage on the front line like Skarmory and Escavalier would be doing, and instead go with Mars to hopefully make the opponent brick on their rare candy plays, or maybe a Silvally, etc. And the beautiful thing about this new Shiinotic is it has an ability called Illuminate. Once during your turn, you may put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Even if Shiinotic's in the front, Shiinotic's in the back, it's a turn ability. It's better than Chatot, where you have to attack in order to draw cards. You can literally draw cards on your same turn. So you're able to technically Shiinotic into another Shiinotic and then evolve your other Morlul into that Shiinotic and then Illuminate again and basically thin your deck drastically. I had a game where I was able to thin my deck. The opponent used double Professor's Research. I didn't use any Professor's Research, but I only had like 6 cards left in my deck while they had 10 still, because Shiinotic kept thinning the deck so quick. You're able to build up double Solgaleo as quick as possible, and they only need 2 energy to attack. It's a very dominating way to play, which is why we also opted to not have an Iono in the deck. When I was first crafting this deck, I wanted to put Iono in the deck, but my YouTube chat recommended and said, hey, you don't really need Iono because of Shiinotic. You're going to be able to find your Pokemon that you need without really worrying too much about bricking, which is also why we don't have a Pokemon Comm in the deck either. If you do want a flex card on what you can take out and switch around, I'd say the 2 options for flex is either going to be Mars, or 3, I guess. Mars, Red, or Lily. You can decide between those 3 cards what you want to take out and what you want to swap out for maybe something else if you do think you want Iono, Pokemon Comm, a Cyrus to bring back in the deck in case your Solgaleo can't hurt or kill one of their EX Pokemon. You want to bring it back for a guaranteed win. Whatever you want, you name it. Mars, Red, and Lily could be the flexible ones. I just keep Red for like a buzz, but if it's only one Pokemon, then you could obviously kick out Red. Some people could put in a Giant Cape so you can survive against a Charizard deck, but again, that's also one single deck, kind of like how we're running Red for buzz. Giant Cape would be used just solely for Charizard mainly. So there's options what you could do on what you can swap out to make this deck better and suit your needs. How's it going, Coltons? Here is a deck list: Shinx, Oricorio, Luxray, Zeraora, Tapu Koko, Pokeball, Electrical Cord. Maybe try that out later. I'm trying to think, because there's a Zeraora Oricorio. Unless you think 1 Zeraora, Tapu Koko, Ori, Shinx, Luxray. Why double Shinx and 1 Luxray? I don't get it. Why would you double Shinx 1 Luxray, not 1 Shinx double Luxray? If you're trying to find, because you're only able to evolve 1 Shinx into a Luxray anyways, so you don't really need double Shinx. And your start wants to be at a Zeraora anyways, but having double Shinx kind of lessens the chance you're going to start with Zeraora for turn 1. Because Zeraora decks are only really good if you're starting with Zeraora to benefit from that energy gain turn 1. He's finally come around. Does that mean I'm invited to the birthday party now? I admit, Solgaleo Shiinotic is a pretty fun deck. We just got unlucky the last day we played it. Oh, he goes, oh, okay, never mind. I see now. It's X2. X2 Shinx, X1 Oricorio, X2 Luxray, X1 Zeraora. But then that feels like no, even then I feel like that's not gonna be that great. Because 1 Zeraora is kind of bad, right? So you have 2, 4, 6 basic Pokemon. And if you don't start with Zeraora first, you're kind of screwed. Two basics and one Evo means you have no dead cards. Let's see. So there's two decks I want to try out today. I want to try a Zeraora deck, and someone said Shiinotic Gengar. We might not have time for a Shiinotic Gengar if we're trying out these double air Zeraora decks. Yeah, 1 Zeraora seems weak. Alright, I'm gonna see the deck. I want to show you the deck that I want to try out. Compare. So... can I try Passimian Lucario deck? I think, respectively, both Passimians are garbage. I think both of them are bad. But, with that being said, Passimian EX is still on my list with Lycanroc EX, because I still think I could do something with that. I just don't want to get to it today, because it's going to be very depressing to play. I think I go just one Magnezone, right? I think I go one Magnemite lineup, to be fair with you. This seems kind of weird, to be fair. So this is the... I mean, maybe I don't even want Electrical Cord in this deck, because it's just gonna get Guzma anyways. And if I start with Zeraora, then we have 2 energy, and I can just keep putting extra energy on Magneton. Magneton can generate his own energy anyways, and we have Oricorio that I can just put 1 extra energy on. So I don't think we need Electrical Cord. I just wanted to play because it's the new Pokemon tool. So we have 2 extra spots here with a 2 lineup on Magnezone, Magneton, Oricorio, Zeraora. I don't know if we need any X speeds in the deck, if you're thinking. I don't know if we want... Thank Dawn. My mouse is messing up yet again. Oh, Giovanni is the play here, to be honest, for one Giovanni at least. Yeah, my deck is messing up. I need Electrical Cord. You think I should? So yes or no? Do we see the logic with Electrical Cord? Because in my head, as like building this deck, we want to start with Zeraora first. Because we're starting with Zeraora first, we're going to have 1 energy guaranteed, which means we're going to have 2nd energy guaranteed, and we're going to be able to attack. Because we're able to attack, every extra energy can go to my other Pokemon. I don't need extra energy on Magnezone, because once he goes Magneton, he generates his own energy. And as long as he goes to 3 energy, I can keep replenishing it because we're a pure lightning only deck. So Magneton is good on generating his own energy. Oricorio, we put 1 energy after we attack with Zeraora, and then Oricorio is ready to attack because it only needs 1 other energy after. So if someone could explain the thought process on electrical cord, I am down to listen to the logical explanation, but the logical explanation I'm giving right now doesn't make sense for an electrical cord. The only way we'd electrical cord is if we didn't start with Zeraora. That's the only thing I could think of. Because then if we're starting with Oricorio and I die on Oricorio, then I can transfer the energy to someone else. But if we start with Zeraora, we don't need electrical cord. Faster ramp isn't a good argument for electrical cord because this is the scenario. We play first with Zeraora. We're going first, right? We're going first turn 1. Zeraora already has energy on himself when we end our turn. It's my second turn. I'm ready to go. I put second energy on Zeraora and I swing in. They're not able to attack me yet because they just don't do enough damage because it's just their first turn, right? Now I get to swing in again, but before I swing it, I'm putting bench energy to my Oricorio. I swing and attack. If my Zeraora dies on the next swing for my opponent, I have second energy on Oricorio. I'm ready to go. 50 damage. If it wasn't Oricorio, then, well, I have Magneton, who can Volt Charge and generate its own energy, and I only need 3 energy to attack and swing in. It's hard to try and find a reason to use the cable. The only thing I'm thinking of right now is, do I want X speeds in the deck and I get rid of 1 Magnezone? Because I think our chances of starting with Zeraora are a little bit lower because we have 6 basic Pokemon. So getting rid of 1 Magnemite here to capitalize on that. Maybe I get rid of 1 Magnemite and then I keep the stage 1, stage 2 Magnezones. But I could also just get rid of all of that good stuff, throw in double X speed. And it's an Oricorio, 1 singular Magnezone lineup. Magnezone can one-shot Soul Valley, but it will get rolled early on if I don't find that Magnezone. Assuming you start with only 1 basic, a 1 in 3rd chance to start with just Zeraora is low. You had a few games going with only Pikachu. EX, lost immediately. Yeah. This is literally my 5th iteration of Zeraora. Like, I've been trying to force this deck to work so badly, and it doesn't work. I've tried it with Pikachu EX, I've tried it with Tapu Koko EX, I've tried it with Electivire. I've tried so many different Pokemon with this Zeraora, and it just seems garbage. Unless we had an actual fossil Pokemon where you are guaranteed to go first with Zeraora. Then you have an electric fossil Pokemon that you can build after the fact. It just seems like it's a risk every game, right? If you're using core, 2 Magnetons don't make sense as much. Doesn't Tapu do exactly what Magnezone can? Yeah, but then you got to throw an electrical cable for Tapu Koko. And Tapu Koko is an EX, so once Tapu Koko dies, the opponent gets +2 versus Magnezone, who has, I think, more HP than Tapu Koko and to non-EX, and it does more damage, and it's for the same exact energy cost, and it can ramp up its own energy. We're just comparing, it has a lot of benefits for Magnezone, but we are comparing a basic to a stage 2. However, we don't really need to be attacking early on, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 with Magnezone. I'm gonna do this. That's the deck that I think is gonna be... That's the deck that I think is gonna be good. Please let me hit that. All right, this is yet again a Zeraora deck that we're going to try out. I'm going to try it in pub before we jump into ranked. So this is the deck. The deck list is up on the screen. Yeah, deck list is up on the screen for you guys. We're going to try this out. We're going to see how good the Zeraora deck could be in theory and what we're starting with. We have 4 basic Pokemon, so it's technically like a 50% chance of Zeraora, a little bit more than 50%, I think, because you could also find 2 other Pokemon in here. And we could possibly maybe find Pokeball and X-Speed. Who knows? Yeah, someone in chat earlier a couple of days ago was saying that Luxray and Zeraora, the new Luxray. But you guys see what I mean though, right? If there was a fossil Pokemon that you can run in this deck with Zeraora, that would be insane, right? You're guaranteed going to be able to start. Oh man, double Pokeball and we still don't find the Zeraora. That was a 66% chance. Aw, dang. I mean, okay, so hear me out. We have double Oricorio against a Charizard deck. Right? I'm going to save the X-Speed because I don't want them to Sabrina. And I want to just X-Speed and then be able to attack with Giovanni. Because we have double Oricorio, they're not going to stoke Charizard. They're going to attack. And because they're going to attack, I get to Giovanni and attack them and catch them off guard. So we're in a very good spot, realistically speaking. Oricorio, Giovanni, and concede. Yep. Not bad for a first game. That was public matches. Keep that in mind. But they were still playing the same exact Charmander deck that we'd see in ranked mode. So kind of the same thing. You want to run Celestial Guardians Tapu Koko with this? Celestial Guardians Tapu Koko. Oh, with the Oricorios. Yeah, that's been done. True. That could be a good deck. You just Tapu Koko into Oricorio as a shield. All right, Dragonite. We got double Pokeball again. We got Zeraora. Another Zeraora. Yeah, I think we're ready to take this into ranked mode. Chat. I think we got what we want. So I'm going to put double Zeraora down and then just end turn. They get energy. We don't want to put down the other Oricorio because they're not running any EXs at the moment. Just the single is fine for now because we had to start with it. We want to save the last spot for a Magnemite. There it is, Magnemite. So now we can X-Speed because we have 2 X-Speeds in the deck. I think X-Speed is extremely strong in this deck. I think you need to have... Agree or disagree, but X-Speeds are like a necessity in Lightning decks. Because Lightning Pokemon are so weak and you're able to be quick in attack. The only benefit of like lightning decks are your speed, right? Being able to attack very quickly, being able to retreat for just 1 cost. Benefit from the X speed in lightning decks always, assuming that you're going to want to, yeah, because you always want to attack very quickly, unless you're playing like a Raichu deck maybe, or Pikachu EX, Shining Revelry. Too good to pass up on. Sabrina's gonna be strong, especially because they need a retreat with 3 energy on that Dragonite. I don't need to build up energy on Magneton. Oricorio is good to go. And this is why I said I don't need electrical cable. My Zeraora already has 2. My other one has 1 ready to swing in when I put 1 more on it and I switched, like whenever I swap to it. Magneton can generate energy. I could evolve it next turn, put second energy, go up to 3 and attack, and Oricorio is primed. What would Electrical Core do, right? Theoretically speaking. What would the Electrical Core do? Because I attack here, 110. Yes, I lose 1 energy, but I can keep putting 1 energy back on Magnezone, no problem. And if they Sabrina and I go to the other one, they all have 1 energy still, and I can just keep swinging in. The Electrical Cord is definitely not a necessity in this deck. The only reason why I want to play it is because it's like the shiny new item, right? It's the shiny new item. Cool to show it off, but if they Guzma, it doesn't do anything. Mark my words, Zeraora will be top meta with the new fossil electric Pokemon next expansion. If only. Alright, so that was 2 online matches. Let's hop into some ranked and see if we can get some good games. So far, it feels good. 4 basic Pokemon. If they're running Buzz, Guzz, Darkrai, Giratina, Charizard, we got Oricorio counters. If they're running Silvally, Rampardos, I mean, we're weak to fighting and we're just going to get screwed anyways. It's our worst matchup. So, Silvally, Rampardos is our worst matchup. Everything else, I think it's on the table to be up for us to win. Yeah, I think it's on the table for us to win here. All right, let's do it up. Zeraora. This is like version 5 of Zeraora to make it work. We're 0-0. Please let today be the day Zeraora is good. Okay, we're going first, and usually going first is a bad thing. But we have a Pokeball, and as long as we are able to find a Zeraora, we are good. So it's Pokeball. It's an Oricorio. Doesn't help, but we do have a Pokemon Calm, and we don't need Oricorio for this matchup. So we're going to go ahead and Pokemon Calm this. It's a Magneton. Ooh, you know what? I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to Mars him and pray he doesn't have that Silvally in hand. Take him down from 4 to 3, and then just end turn. There's not much else I can do this turn, right? We're frustrated. We didn't get what we needed. But at least we can evolve, start ramping, and as long as he doesn't have a Silvally, then we can Magnet Zone. Or Magnet Zone and kill. Another Pokeball. If it's Zeraora, it's kind of too little too late, unfortunately. It is Zeraora. Again, kind of too little too late. I'm still going to X-Speed anyways. Switch from Zeraora over. Magneton. Volt Charge. And then 1 energy on Zeraora. Keeps our options open. Because if he does evolve here into Silvally and kills our Zeraora, we need a top deck of Magnezone, and then we can win this game. It would be the ultimate heart of the cards. All right, he's got it. He's guaranteed doing 100 because of Professor's research. Do we find the one singular card we need out of our entire deck? And we only have one copy. 1 in 11. That's all she wrote, ladies and gents. That's all she wrote. We've lost. We'll go ahead and end turn. Let him play a supporter, and if they do, then we are good to go to the next. Yeah, we're good to go. So I did say that this deck is weak to Silvally Rampardos. Surprisingly, a lot of people are not running Rampardos anymore with Silvally, and they're opting to go like Silvally Charizard, Silvally Magnezone, or not Silvally Oricorio rather. Silvally with other Pokemon. So it's kind of cool to see, right? We don't always have to be like, dang, this is going to be another Rampardos deck, right? Okay, we're going second. We got Oricorio, we got Pokeball. This is going to be a 66% chance. It's going to be a... Or no, it's 50%, right? Yeah, 50% chance this will be a Zeraora. Let's see. We got it. And we have X-Speed as well, which is perfect. And Giovanni in hand, which is also perfect. So energy on the back. They didn't put another Pokemon down, so I'm assuming they're bricking. And I'm not going to want to unbrick by using Mars, despite taking them down from 5 to whatever. So I'm going to end turn here. I'm going to end turn. No D-brick for them. Or unbrick, however you would say it. There's no way. They literally went from 5 to 6. This is why sometimes you want to hold on to your Mars. A lot of people will be like, ooh, they got 5 cards in hand. Let's Mars, let's red card. But if you're reading the field and you're saying, hey, they didn't put any other Pokemon down, I think they're going to brick and they're not going to be able to win this. Let's not Mars just yet. Let's hold off one more turn. You can get a quick, easy win like this. I've had many opponents also saw that they saw we were bricking and they Mars or red card and then they helped me out and then we won the game because of it. So always be careful with when you Mars or red card. Not bad. 1-0 with Zeraora, super quick game. You've seen exclusively Silvally with Rampardos. We've been seeing a bunch of different stuff. The new expansion was already announced. The one after Extradimensional Crisis? No. Alright, we're going first, and we have the optimal start possible. It's double Zeraora with X speed as well. So, when we were crafting this deck, we said to ourselves, the worst matchup possible is going to be against a Silvally Rampardos. 100%. And with that being said, I am praying we can win this somehow, some way with the Zeraora deck. I wanted to Iono because I wanted to try and find Magnemite as fast as possible, because once we have Magnezone, we can one-shot the Silvallies. Iono might have possibly helped him out with finding fossils, who knows? But I was more so trying to do it for my favor versus them, because we already have the fighting weakness disadvantage. Last thing I want is for them to try and find Rampardos, which is going to be even harder to take down. They're building the back, which I think is telegraphing, saying they don't actually have the cards they need. Because if they had Sylvally, they would have just put energy on the front and attack, and then they can immediately kill, right? So I think I'm not going to Mars them just yet. I'm going to just Lightning Claw, hold on to my Mars for now, and then just chill and wait. Ooh. I should have dropped them from 4 to 3. But it's hard to try and tell if they had that rare candy or something in hand. This is still good. They did have Sylvally in hand. I guess they were bluffing on the front, or just wanted to accept that it was going to be over. Them doing damage doesn't matter. Oricorio does us nothing. Alright, so I roll X speed off. Actually, X speed does nothing either here for us at this moment because... yeah. And then I'm going to go Lightning Claws this. This basically means they need to have they need to have a supporter in hand for that Sylvally to do 100 damage, and they can't just one-shot my Zeraora without a supporter for 50. Alright, Gladion. They get to do 100 guaranteed. I think X speed was technically necessary so I could build energy on Oricorio and still attack with my Zeraora, but let's be honest, we're not going to win this matchup because of the Rampardos. And our Magnemite came in a bit too late. So even if best case scenario I did X speed, I kept the second energy, I Giovanni, I hit for 60, he kills me, I hit with Oricorio, I finish him off, I go up +2, they kill and win. Yeah, we still lose the game. This is going to be our worst matchup, so I'm not going to be too upset. Sylvally Rampardos is... we're dead to it. I feel like any lightning deck is going to be dead to a fighting deck like this. Alright, so we concede here, right? Just to save us time and go to the next match. Yeah. Alright, we go again. I guess the good thing about lightning decks is you're going to be in and out. Zeraora is very quick, very fast paced. So at least you get to go through the matches. How do you get the playmat? Which one? The one that I'm using or the one that the opponent is using? The one that the opponent's using, it just came out on the shop, I think, 2 days ago. So you have to buy it. It's on the premium pass. You have to do premium missions to buy it. Or to get it. Alright, we're going first with Zeraora against a fighting deck, aka Charizard, I think, or Incineroar. Now, the good thing is... I'm going to hold on to this. Do I? Yeah, I'm going to hold on to this. The good thing is we have Oricorio. So as long as we pop down into Oricorio, Charizard can't hurt us. We're good to go. We just have to deal with the Sylvally somehow. Once Sylvally's gone, then we can deal with it. I wanted to keep this hand in case we top deck another Pokemon, because then I can just Lightning Claw Giovanni for 60 and then the other Pokemon in the back to clean up. Dang, they landed heads. Which means it doesn't matter if they have a supporter in hand, their Sylvally can still kill in one shot. Unless we Sabrina and they don't have X speeds. Genuinely speaking, I think this is gonna have to be the play for the time being. Because I don't want to risk a Sylvally evolution and we die with no Pokemon on the field. All right, so they were bricking on Silvally. We are currently bricking as well on another basic. As long as they have no X speed, we're looking pretty. Let's go ahead. Let's professors here. Pokeball would be good. Magnemite is even better. Funny enough, I'm just gonna end turn. Since they chose not to actually, since they chose not to put energy on Charmander, they can't swap and attack. And since they can't swap and attack, I get to stall for one more turn. And thanks to that stall, I get to start building up my Magneton, which is what we desperately needed. We needed that extra turn right now. All right, so now I think I'm going to Professor's Research. Because all we're missing at this moment is a Magnezone, and we win the game. I'm gonna wait to Pokemon Calm. I think I'll put down a singular Oricorio. Put energy on Oricorio. And then we end turn by attacking. Just to get the Charmander out of the way. So this right here saves us in case they Sabrina. We can put Oricorio in the field, so Silvally will attack it. I'm going to hold off on the Pokemon Calm because we can't evolve this turn anyways. We have to wait until one more turn, and then we can go Magnezone, which we will swap off Zeraora into Magnezone. I didn't want a Pokemon Calm right now, just in case they try to red card or Mars. We could top deck Pokemon Calm again. So that's why we're holding on to this stuff right now at the moment. We have 6 cards left in the deck, and I think Pokemon Calm is a 50-50 Magnezone. It's either going to be Magnezone or another Oricorio. I'm going to go in with Oricorio, just in case they don't have a Sabrina, and I could technically bias one more turn for Magnezone. Doesn't matter, we got it anyways. Alright, so now we Volt Charge, Magnezone, X-Speed, go over, retreat, Magnezone, extra energy on it, and we attack. We don't want to put down any extra Pokemon because they could theoretically, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? But they could technically Giant Cape, Sabrina, kill the Oricorio, and then I can't one-shot Silvally, and then they Sabrina again or something into my Zeraora. But odds are no one runs double Sabrina, right? But you never know nowadays. People will be running some crazy stuff. We'll take it. Nice, man. Taking down Silvally, Charizard. Although we were favorable in the matchup, I think. Not bad, not bad. Showing some moves here. Cute playmat. I was gonna buy the playmat and then use it, but it felt like there was too much going on. I kind of like the sleek, clean look of the playmat that we have. What's the deck? We're playing Zeraora with Magnemite, double Oricorio. But I'm starting to think, what if we just ran a singular Oricorio, not double? Because then we'll have 2 Zeraora, 1 Magnemite, 1 Oricorio, 4 basic Pokemon, which means you have a better start of having Zeraora. What do we think about that? Do we think we should get rid of 1 Oricorio and just go a single one? Alright, we're going first against another fighting deck, and we have our Magnemite Oricorio on field. Let's go ahead and start. We do want to find... This is a good start because we get to evolve the back line, and we can 100%, and we got Magneton. Nice. Okay, that's a good start. Now we just need Magnezone, and we're good to go. And we got the Zeraora. I think this is going to be a 50-50 on another one, or another Oricorio. It's another Oricorio. I kind of wish it was a Zeraora, to be fair with you. So we're just going to end turn. I think I want to save it for the other. If he somehow Sabrina's this turn, we'll just send in the Zeraora and do 50 damage. I'm okay with that. And I think I'm going to make an iteration change on this deck. I think we're going to change the deck list and take out one Oricorio and go just a single Ori, double Zera, and then one Magnemite. And I think that'll give us better odds of starting with Zeraora, which will make it a bit more consistent. So let's go ahead, Magneton, Volt Charge, build up energy, Mars him, take him down from 4 to 3, because it could get his Silvally out of the hand, or it could get rid of something else, who knows. And I think we're gonna just put one energy on Oricorio, because if I did end up hurting him in terms of him not finding his Silvally, and he's only able to quick blow, we could live a quick blow for 1. And for 2, it poses a threat that we're gonna zap next turn for 50. Yep. Oh, he gets lucky twice in a row. Dang, man. I mean, the Mars came in clutch. It stopped him from finding Silvally Evolution, and we could have technically hit for 50 and then hit again for Zeraora. Fortunately, the opponent is getting lucky on the flips, but we are getting lucky on the evolution. Magneton, Magnezone. Let's go ahead, get this aggression going very quick, very early, and let's just send it. Thunder Blast in. Whew, big, big, big. We gotta hope they don't have a Silvally here, because if they do, a Silvally plus Cranidos kills Magnezone, and they do have Cranidos. Do they have a Silvally? They do have a Silvally. They keep getting luckier by the minute. So now we need a Sabrina top deck to possibly come out on top. We need a Sabrina top deck. Yeah, we desperately need a Sabrina top deck. So I'm thinking I Iono this turn after. Yeah, I think I have to Iono this turn to find Sabrina. And I'm going to keep Oricorio in the hand so we can redraw as many cards as possible and just... Oh... No, we lost, don't we? Hold on, give me like 10 seconds to think about it. I have to Energy Magnezone because I ramped up super quick. And by putting energy on Magnezone, I attack, I lose all energy. They attack me, they go up +2. I can't build up energy quick enough to Sabrina into the Skull Fossil. I think we lost. Yeah, I think we lost. We needed one more turn to build up energy. No, I don't see a way we win. Because they just Cranidos and kill and we have no energy. Oh, no. Wait, we still can win. Never mind, I take it back. They can't one-shot Zeraora. They do 70 damage to Zeraora. So I can build up one energy, wait a turn, and then if we somehow top deck Sabrina, then we kill the Skull Fossil. There's still a very slim chance. Yeah, we have a very slim chance of winning right now. I see the line. I see it. I see it. It took me a little bit. I wish I saw it sooner because I could have Pokeballed to thin out our deck even more from the other basic Pokemon we have, which is the other Zeraora. It's okay. I can do it now. Make up for it. Thin the deck. The other Oricorio. I'm not going to put it down in case he's Sabrina's because he'll one-shot that thing. And I end turn. Yeah, I end turn. I'm gonna Giovanni just to thin my hand in case he tries to Mars or red. I don't pull it again, and then I end turn. So, the only way we win now is if he doesn't top deck a Rampardos and doesn't top deck a Rare Candy. And he got the Rampardos. You got everything. My guy is winning everything. The flips at the beginning of the game, landing double heads, getting every other Pokemon he desperately needs. That would have been such an epic comeback, though, against a deck that is supposed to win. Because Rampardos, Silvally is like 80% going to win against this deck that we're playing, right? But it would have been cool to make that comeback. Why use Giovanni? Because Giovanni doesn't help us or hurt us by using it or saving it. Or actually, it hurts us by saving it because I said I'm using Giovanni just in case they try to Mars or red card me. And if they Mars or red card while Giovanni's in hand and we already have +2 points on the field, we could theoretically draw that one Giovanni back. And we don't want to draw their Giovanni. We want to draw a Sabrina. And we only had like 5 more cards left in the deck, so we had a very good chance of finding Sabrina. And if they didn't find a Rampardos that turn, we're able to actually Sabrina, kill the Skull Fossil, and we win the game. Giovanni doesn't help us against a Rampardos, but keeping in the hand was definitely hurting. He could have discarded the Fossil too. Yeah, but some players make very big mistakes. You'd be surprised, Antonio. There's been, even in Masters rank, we've had many games where we go up +2 and they have a big EX Pokemon in the front, and I'm like, dang, I have no way to kill this EX. I should concede right now. And I'm like slowly inching towards the concede button. And then out of nowhere, the opponent puts down another basic Pokemon. And I'm like, why would you put down a basic? If you just keep your big beefy 200 HP EX Pokemon in the front, I cannot kill it. You win the game in just one more turn, 2 more turns. You'd be surprised if people can make a lot of mistakes. At the end of the day, everyone's human, and no human being is a perfect human being. That's why we normally play it till the very end. So we're gonna take out one Oricorio, and then we're gonna play a couple more games. I don't know if I updated the win-loss on that last game or not. I think we're 2-3 so far. And then I'm trying to think, what do we throw in? Do we throw in a giant cape for survivability, or should we throw in like a Poke Center? I really do not want to throw in another supporter. Having another supporter after we already have Sabrina, Cyrus, Giovanni, Guzma, Iono, Mars seems kind of bad. But I am down to throw in like a giant cape if you want. Giant cape keeps Magnezone alive, right? Against a Rampardos. Rampardos does 150. Giant cape keeps you alive. And usually the Rampardos Silvally deck is not running Giovanni, I don't think. So I think we put Giant Cape in. And that's the deck. So if we go up against Rampardos, and Rampardos is the final Pokemon, and we put in, like, say for example, this is the matchup. We put Zeraora in first, and then Oricorio, or the other Zeraora, and then we finally built our Magnezone. We couldn't take down their Silvally, the second one. That's when we go Magnezone, take down the Silvally. They got Rampardos. Wait, Rampardos can't one-shot us, but we can't one-shot him. So it would end up in a draw, the game. Or it would end up in a win if we had another Pokemon on the bench. It can also stop Zeraora from getting one shot from Silvally. Yeah, I think Giant Cape is going to be the key. All right, let's play some games. Yeah, you have a good point, Bungle. Zeraora lives at 10 HP. All right, deck has been changed. At least use the center lady. Let's try a couple of games out here and see, because I do like that Zeraora can live with Giant Cape. And now since we kicked out what's his face, we are going first, and we have Zeraora to start off with. More consistency, it seems. If they're running a Zeraora deck and they don't find it on their next turn, their first turn, then they're off to a bad start. Meanwhile, we are off to a very good start. So I think this might be a mirror matchup. Oh, and we got the perfect cards here. Let's go. End turn. The one in the front gets energy. The one in the back gets energy. Both of them are primed. They got professors. And they don't have anything else, unfortunately. All right. So let's go ahead and professors again before we Iono. Because we want to try and find a Magnemite. And I'm going to keep the Oricorio in hand because we could find a Pokemon Communication, which we just found. And since we don't need Oricorio in this matchup, because they're not probably going to be running any EXs, then we could find the Magnemite. Everything I'm saying is coming true. This is crazy. All right, and then we Lightning Claw and attack. Everything is primed. Beautiful start. So we don't have any electric cords in this deck because we can generate our own energy on Magneton in the back. And a Zeraora generates his own energy if you're going first, which we did. We have a high chance of going first. And since everything only needs like 2 energy to attack, it's perfectly fine, right? They can't kill my Zeraora in one shot, and I can just put extra energy on the other Zeraora or an Oricorio in the back if I had it, and then everything is all primed and ready to go for any kind of situation. But to each their own. I think Electrical Cord isn't necessary in this deck because of the Magneton and because of Zeraora generating its energy on the first turn. And they can just Guzma you anyways, which a lot of people are running nowadays. Speaking of Guzma, why is it every time I'm talking about something it happens and it pops up? You think if I say Magnezone next turn, Magnezone will show up? That'd be nice, right? So I am gonna Guzma this turn. Believe it or not. And I'm gonna Lightning Claw. Because I feel like the odds of them running another Giant Cape are slim. And if we somehow do top deck a Magnezone, we can one-shot type Null. But I can't Iono and try to find my Magnezone and Guzma in the same exact turn. So I wanted to make sure I Guzma'd. And since he's Marsing us, it's a good thing we did do it. Alright, we got to find our Magnezone. Magnezone and we one-shot. Or a Giant Cape, because we can live. Zeraora can live. Come on, Magnezone. Giant Cape. We'll take a Giant Cape. Giant Cape on Zeraora. Keeps us alive. Mars him from 4 cards to 2, which will give him a worse chance of having another supporter that he can play, so he can't do 100 damage. In case he tries to Sabrina, or get the Sabrina out of his hands, so my Magneton can live and attack. Now we're looking for a Giovanni or a Magnezone. 2 cards could get us the win here. Pokeball, type Null. They did find the Sabrina? How? How did they find that Sabrina? That's wild. Even after I Marsed him from 4 cards to 2. Dang, when your opponent gets lucky, you can't really blame yourself for anything, right? It's just how the game goes. Fate. It was not in your fate to actually... And we got the Magnezone next too, which would have been perfect to try and actually get to evolve. Everything would have went our way there too. Uh-oh. Gladeon. So yeah, that's a guaranteed win. Nice. Nice job, opponent. Well played, I guess. Legend says if you say Magnezone 3 times, it'll appear. I mean, it popped up. I just never thought them having 4 cards and us using Mars to take them from 4 to 2 would give them a Sabrina. I still, if we replay the match, I'm still gonna Mars no matter what. I think anyone would Mars in that situation. It's an ideal thing to do. It's just that the opponent got extremely lucky. And you can't really fault yourself for the opponent's luck. Yeah, we have Magnezone as a finisher. That game was going so well. It was a good game. It was a very good game. We were getting hard of the cards left and right. All right, we're going first. And we go up against a Cosmog. And we have Giovanni in hand. If they do not find another Pokemon and they just stay in with Cosmog, this is going to be the absolute quickest game we've seen. Right? They found another Pokemon, which means I probably want a Sabrina. Or I could just Giovanni. It's another Cosmog. Okay. So they're building the back Cosmog, which means a Sabrina in the front doesn't really do anything because there's no energy on the one in the front. Yeah. Giovanni in the front doesn't really mean anything. I gotta attack the back. And if they somehow do have a rare candy, right? If they do have a rare candy and they have a Solgaleo, then so be it. They just win the game. I can't do anything. We have no other Pokemon, no Pokeballs, no research, no Iono. They got the rare candy, but like I said, was there anything we could have done? Quite literally nothing we could have done. We started with no research, no ball, no Iono. We had a Pokemon comb, but no other Pokemon in hand. When we talk about... At least we're consistent on starting with... Oh, hello? Are we still here? At least we're consistent on starting with Zeraora. These are just not great, yeah. You think I should give up Zeraora until next expansion? You might be right. I think Zeraora could be good in the next expansion. It just seems... I keep trying to force it to work, and every single time I'm literally just D-ranking. But we're trying to do it in the name of fun. Alright, we're going first yet again. We got Zeraora in the front. Please be another Zeraora. I think it's going to be a 33% chance out of the Magnemite and the Oricorio. We got Oricorio, which I think will be good. Because if they're running Delayed EX, they can't hurt the Oricorio, right? Ooh, and we get the other Zeraora. So now we got Oricorio, which I don't think needs any extra... Actually, you know what? I might put Giant Cape on Oricorio. Because if we're going up against that bird, for example... And Giant Cape they're going to want. And then the only reason why I'm using Giant Cape now and not waiting to see what other Pokemon they put down, like if they have a Stoutland in this account or in this deck, is because I don't want them to Red or Mars me or anything like that. I want to just put it down ahead of time if they do have a Stoutland, and they do. And Stoutland does 70 damage, which is exactly lethal against an Oricorio. So I wanted to make sure that we were good and we weren't going to get hit if they try and Sabrina or pull it in somehow late game. Because late game, when we're going up against a Glade, Oricorio has to be there to clean up and win. And Glade can't do any damage to it. So protect the Oricorio in this situation. They do opt to teleport out here. Honestly, it doesn't matter too much. Because I'm able to Lightning Claw and attack, and even if he does somehow find his Stout 2, I can build 3 energy, so I can guarantee attack. And if he ever tries to Sabrina us off, I can X-Speed back, keep swinging in. Overall, I think we're good. They're choosing to Ilima here, which means Kirlia will be getting hit. Unless they try to put Stoutland back down on the field and then switch off the energy on Kirlia back into Lillipup. Oh, they wanted to put me in 1 HP range. That's interesting. Or 70 HP range. I'm just gonna X speed, keep the energy on. Go to Zeraora. And then we're good to go. I do think I Iono. So I need to find Magnezone, Magnemite, and I don't think I need another X speed. Or Guzma at the moment. And I could take out his whatchamacallit from his hand. Maybe we miss trying to say mess and mix in one word. Hopefully we can mess him up, mix his cards around, and hopefully take the Stoutland away. That's what we're trying to say. When you try to say mess and mix at the same time. So they got a Pokeball, Ralts. If they don't find, they did not find the other Stoutland, which is good for us. And they're still continuously wanting to build that Kirlia. I think a Sabrina is strong here, to be fair. I'm going to put energy on probably the Magnemite so I can start building that. And then I'm going to Sabrina this. It'd be nice to get a first hit in on that Lillipup. And the reason why I'm putting energy on Magnemite here, despite that they can build their own energy, is because we're going to need 4 energy on Magnezone to attack. So I want to get a head start. And I don't think I need to put energy on Oricorio, because if it's Oricorio against Gallade, 2 energy will suffice. The Stoutland is our biggest threat at the moment. We have to kill the Stoutland. Dang. They got another one. Alright, well, our Iono did mess them up. They are officially bricking now. So good for us, bad for them. Our turn again. We got Cyrus. I don't think Gallade is the problem, and I can always Cyrus the Gallade later on. So I think we just... I can't do anything. I think we just keep focusing on the Zeraora, or the pups. I think this guy is so stunned, he didn't even want to attack me. He had energy on Lillipup, and he could have done 20 damage, put me in 70 HP range, so if he did find the evolution, he's able to actually kill. But I think they're so frustrated right now that they got bricked on us using Iono that they just forgot to attack for 20. All right, they got their +1. We're gonna Oricorio this. We finally found our Magneton. A little too late. Kinda, sorta. Energy, and I think I will end turn. We got another Gallade. Okay. Oh, it's Stoutland. Okay. Stoutland has no energy to attack at the moment. So unless they want to go Ralts, they're going to entry with Stoutland. Oh. If I Cyrus and bring in the Gallade again, he'll just lose the energy, and then he'll go to Stoutland and have no energy on Gallade, which means I'm able to swing in with Magnezone for free and without having to worry too much. What's the play here? If I switch in... I think I X-speed out. No, I'm gonna go with my original gut feeling. We're gonna Cyrus and attack here, because if he wants to go back to Stoutland, he's gonna have to lose that energy on Glade and go to Stoutland. Ooh, it's out of one-shot range for Magnezone. All right, we got Magnezone. I need 4 energy to attack with Magnezone. I'm gonna Volt Charge one more time, and then Evolve, and then X Speed. And I'm just gonna put extra energy on. I gotta play around Glade, because I know Glade's going to be able to actually kill us here, depending on how much energy we have. But Glade can't attack this turn, so we're okay. As long as they don't have a second Lily, I can just swap to Zeraora and be the finisher there. I can lose 2 energy, go to 3. We're in a very difficult spot right now, to be fair with you. All they need is one Sabrina late game and they can win the game. Or a Cyrus. And we've already used our Sabrina and Cyrus, so it's going to be cards in their hand for sure. Huh, interesting. So this is going to be a Retreat Zeraora Giovanni. Retreat, lose the energy. No, it's gonna be a Retreat or Oricorio. Giovanni. And I'm not gonna put any extra energy on anyone at the moment, I don't think. I could have put on Magnezone, but I can always put a 4th energy whenever I'm ready to attack. They can't attack with Stoutland, and they can only attack with Glade, which means they can't hit the Oricorio in the first. Dang, that game was like a chess match, man. It was like a puzzle, trying to go back and forth, who to put in, who to take out, saving energy, putting energy, all that other stuff, retreating so we can, you know, oh man. That was a fun game to play against a matchup that we shouldn't have won because they had fighting weakness, right? Whew. That was definitely rough, man. Because there was a moment where I was about to put in Zeraora, and if I put in Zeraora, I think they win the game, right? Because then they're able to just kill it with Glade and then Sabrina off my Oricorio and win. So this is why sometimes talking out loud helps me as a player play, because I can talk out loud and be like, wait a minute, what am I talking about? I sound stupid. Why am I going to go in with Zeraora? Going with the Oricorio, no? Because then we're protected against the only Pokemon that can attack us the next turn. Yeah, that was a very rough match. That's what pocket matches should be like. Instead, it's straight RNG all against you all the time. Should you start playing ranked now to get up to Master Ball if you want? If you have fun playing it. How's it going, Hodor? Upload this best moments. We gotta get some more Zeraora games in. Stoutland and Glade. Yes. We gotta get a couple more good wins in for me to try to make anything out of this Zeraora deck. Abilities like those are what we need more of. Which one? Like Stoutland? Yeah, Stoutland makes you think for sure. Stoutland and Glade is a terrifying combo to go up against. What deck could you use? You can go Darkrai Giratina, Angel. You can go any Rampardos variant with Glade, Garchomp, Silvally. I'm trying to think of every other. There's many different Rampardos variants you can do. You can go just shiny Charizard with Stoke Charizard, for example. That's a good matchup or a good deck to use. You got Buzz and Guzz, 2 new decks of this current expansion. There's a lot of decks you can make and play. All right, we're going second against Darkrai Giratina. No matter which meta we are in, Darkrai Giratina will follow us. A very terrifying deck to play against, for sure. Still, right? I mean, I guess red card helps us because we want to find our Zeraora so we can generate energy. So finding a Zeraora would be nice, but we did have Pokeball in hand, so I guess they kind of hurt us a little bit. Oh, we got it back. Nice. All right. So this is a 66% chance it'll be a Zeraora. We got it. Let's go ahead and Professors. Another Pokeball. If we can find both Zeraoras, we are looking very strong. We got them both. Nice. So I'm going to put 1 down, put 2 down, put energy on Oricorio, and then they will get their own energy in the back. And now all we need is an X speed, and we can swing in with Zeraora every turn. And we don't have to worry about Oricorio being in the front for the Darkrai to be weak. The only way Darkrai dies is against Barb and Rocky Helmet, and then Nightmare Aura. Against a pure EX deck like Giratina, Oricorio is kind of safe as a final Pokemon, but we definitely don't want him in the active spot, dishing out damage and taking 20 every now and then. So top decking an X speed out of our deck, please, would be insane for a start. Whew, no X speed, unfortunately. Maybe I can afford to still just attack with Oricorio, 50 damage. And he'll hit me again. We still have a giant cape in the deck. I'm going to get greedy here and then just attack and zap. We'll take another hit from Darkrai, but at least we knock this Pokemon down a little bit. And then I can just swap to a Zeraora next turn. And I think I'm going to Mars and then attack, just so they don't try and leaf out of the front Darkrai. Because they most definitely have a leaf, right? Alright, so now we're going to go ahead, retreat. Go to Zeraora, energy, Mars, get him out from 5 to 3. If he had a leaf in hand, he's going to have to re-find it. And if he can't re-find it, then we get a +1, which is good. I'd say off to a decent start right now. Moment of truth. Do they have leaf? They did find their leaf. Hard to say if they had it in hand, but the way that they were building energy on the back was kind of telegraphing that they had leaf, right? It's just that our Mars didn't necessarily kill them. Or hurt them. I think I'm gonna Oricorio this, to be honest. And I think I Giovanni. thins my deck, and I don't think I need Giovanni at all, to be honest with you. So the reason why I wanted to try and send in Oricorio is because we don't die this turn. And all they can do is Nightmare Aura and hit us. And I'm praying that as long as we can find a giant cape of our own and we hit one more time, we win the game. Okay. So now we giant cape the Oricorio. And then I just swing in again with Oricorio. Because as I swing in with Oricorio here, and they hit me again for Nightmare Aura, then I switch to Zeraora, kill the front Pokemon, and they're not able to kill both of my Pokemon after the fact. And then I can just Cyrus and win. I'm just trying to think right now, do I need to Guzma early? Or do I wait? I think I wait. I attack with Oricorio. And then, before I finish off the Darkrai, I Guzma, and then I Cyrus. So it's attack this turn, Guzma next turn, Cyrus the turn after, and we win the game. That's the order. That's checkmate. That's the line we're going to take. Giant Cape coming in clutch. If they have a Guzma in hand of their own, we lose the game. Moment of silence. Ah, they can swap Giratina attack. They got it. Touche, touche. We'll play Darkrai Giratina. You are still obnoxious, but we're not playing a super high meta deck, so consider yourself lucky that we weren't playing our Buzz deck. Because if we were playing our Buzz deck, I think we would have gotten that. Not bad. We only had, I think, the one line to take there. Yeah, Zeraora is in the most recent extra dimensional pack. I'm still in shock. Their Mars got them what they needed. You're at Great Ball and you're learning a lot through my plays. Still waiting for a second copy of Zeraora. Looks fun. I wish we had 2 copies of the full art Zeraora. Okay, we're going first against it looks like Silvally Magnezone or Silvally Oricorio. I've been seeing a lot of random Silvally plus different deck. Don't get me wrong, Silvally is a very strong card, and Silvally is only going to get stronger in the future the more like fossil decks come out. If they introduce more fossils, I'm over here thinking that it'd be nice to find a fossil for my Zeraora. So we're guaranteed able to start with Zeraora and we get that energy advantage on turn 1 or turn 2. But type Null, Silvally would also benefit because they're colorless and can be used in any single fossil deck, right? So not only would it be a buff to Zeraora, but it would also be a buff to Silvally. But it would be cool finding a lightning fossil that we can throw into the game. Alright, so now what we need is we need a giant cape or a Giovanni without using professors. Ooh, okay, so now we need a giant cape with using professors. Didn't find it. Ooh, okay. All right, so they're able to evolve and they don't even need to actually use a supporter to kill, sadly, but I still think I stay on my front Zeraora and attack because there's not much else I can do. It's better than trying to X-Speed, go Zeraora in the back that has 90 HP, and then they evolve, support, kill it, because the only way we live against a type Null is with Magnezone or if we have a Zeraora with Giant Cape. So I'm going to hold off on hopefully finding that giant cape in the deck. Silvally gets a guaranteed 100 here. We could also top deck a Giovanni. We have two ways to win. Giovanni. We have a Giovanni or we have a giant cape. We desperately need it. Ooh. Giovanni is big. That's huge. We'll take it. Perfect lethal. I do think having a second Giovanni in this deck could be very strong. We have Oricorio doing 50, which means it'll be doing 60. We have Zeraora doing 50 to 60. I think a double Geo in exchange for maybe a Mars could be beneficial. You got the Oricorio. So Oricorio is not really going to be a threat. I think he's trying to decide on where he wants the energy to go, if he wants to attack, and if it's worth attacking my Zeraora, if his Silvally can do 100 damage anyways, because I'd put energy on Silvally, right? Personally speaking. I'm gonna have to Iono this. And pray we find our Magnemite. And a giant cape. Didn't find the giant cape. And Silvally's guaranteed 100 damage next turn. I think I have to just energy this. I one-shot everything with Magnezone, so I think I just have to try and stall. Because if they go up another +1, we're in trouble. And it's not worth doing 50 damage on this Zeraora. Sometimes you gotta know when to take the fights and when to leave the fights, and this is a 100% leave that fight and wait. All right, that's Cyrus. We have another X speed, so it doesn't matter who I throw in here, right? I think we're technically cooked. The giant cape came when we needed it last turn or 3 turns ago. Yeah, I think we're cooked. I can't evolve quick enough to my Magnezone to live an attack. And their Silvally can do 100 damage. All of our Pokemon are at 100 HP. So unless I have to hope they don't have a supporter, which odds are they most likely have a supporter, they've won because of that Cyrus. If it wasn't for the Cyrus, I think we win. Play the supporter. There it is, Dawn. Yo, Straw Hat, thank you for the super chat. How do we get the Buzzwole character for our player icon? You have to collect all of the diamond cards in the expansion. So if we're looking at the icons, all the icons that have like that rainbow border around it means you just have to collect the diamond variants for that current expansion. So for example, you see how this doesn't have like little border around it, the Poplio or the Rowlet or the Litten, but the Soul Galeo down here has that little rainbowish gradient border. The Lunala has it. These are all collecting the diamond cards. So the 1 diamond, 2, 3, and 4, all those diamond cards. Once you collect it, you'll get these profile pictures for that given expansion. So Shining Revelry, we got it because we collect all the diamond. Triumphant Light, Space Time Smackdown, Mythical Island, and then Genetic Apex. And you can always check your progress by going here, turning that on, and then you can see how many diamond cards you're missing. So we got the 226 out of 226 for each one. Yeah, we needed to retreat to get more time, Nicey. It's just that their Mars technically saved them, right? If it wasn't for that Mars, or not Mars, Cyrus, thinking of something else. If it wasn't for that Cyrus, then I think we won that game. All right, I'll do one more game with Zeraora. This deck feels hit or miss, to be quite honest. Yeah, thank you again for the super chat, Straw Hat. Yeah, I'm trying to make a Zeraora deck work. It doesn't feel that great, especially in ranked mode. Maybe it'll be very strong in like public matches, but it's not really that good in ranked mode, IMO. I've tried so many different variations for this. I've tried Electivire, Tapu Koko EX, Pikachu EX. We're trying Magnezone Oricorio now. It's been a rough... It's been rough. Alright, it's been rough. Alright, we're going second. I'm going to put down this because I think it's Buzz. I want to make sure my Oricorio is as healthy as possible. Alright, so it is a Buzz deck. I should have held off on the Oricorio, but the odds are they could just red card or Mars on turn 1, and I think starting with this is still better than nothing. We want to make sure we have that Oricorio ready. It's not like they'll be able to kill the Oricorio unless they can find a Kartana with the Celesteela. So for now, we're safe-ish. And they found the Kartana. We're not safe anymore. I lied. I repeat, we are not safe. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Sabrina and pray they don't have a Sabrina. If I'm making any sense. Because guaranteed Pheromosa would have been able to hit my Oricorio, and then they can Cyrus and bring it to the front. This way, they need to have a Sabrina. No Sabrina, which is very strong for us because we get to Giovanni now and kill. That's big. That's big. I'm going to put energy, 1 energy on Zeraora, and then we'll Giovanni. Swinging for the 60. Clean up the Kartana. They're still not able to attack yet on Buzz, since Buzz with Lusamine is only going to give them 2 energy max. And I think if they put energy on Pheromosa, they're going to go hit the Oricorio for sure. But once Pheromosa is dead, I think we win the game. Because then we just have to deal with Buzz. And Oricorio can't be harmed. Alright. I'm going to X-Speed. Just so I can retreat. And go Zeraora. And then we're going to Lightning Claw. And the reason why I'm doing that is because they could technically retreat off of Pheromosa, Lusamine, and then put double energy and just go for a punch and kill my Zeraora. A 30 punch would take it out with Lusamine if they wanted to get that 1 energy from the discard. Which is what we didn't want, because then they could just punch and then big beat the next turn. That's very strong for them. Alright, so this is going to be a guaranteed Magnemite. It's the only other basic Pokemon we have in the deck, right? We're going to put energy on the Oricorio, because I still believe in it. Then we're going to Thunderclaw. I still believe the Oricorio is going to live and it's not going to die here to a Pheromosa. There goes the Lucamine. They've already used an Erica, so switching in and then bringing Buzz in is a very risky play. Dang, them bricking on Celesteela is good for us. Leaf Cape, still dead. That would have been way better on the Buzz. Oh, they have 2 Leaf Capes. All right, 1 for each. Never mind. All right, so if they attack again, yeah, okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and swap off Zeraora and go to Oricorio. And since they've already used double Leaf Cape, Guzma removes both. And then they have no more Leaf Capes. Right? You can't run more than 2. And with Oricorio in the front, they need to have a Cyrus or a Sabrina in order to actually attack this turn and do anything. If not, then Oricorio gets to chill in the front and protect. We are still looking for a Magnezone. That's going to be our game-winning Pokemon. But assuming they brick on finding... Oh, they found a Pheromosa. But we have a Cyrus in the deck. And all we got to do is attack the Pheromosa twice, right? And top deck Cyrus and bring it back. Oh no. Oh no. I think they figured it out. All we gotta do is Big Beat, kill Zeraora, and then swap over. Alright, so the only way we can come back and live here is if we can find a Giant Cape. We have 1 Giant Cape in the deck. If we can find the Giant Cape, we can put in Oricorio and live against a Pheromosa, and then we can win the game. Come on, Giant Cape. Come on, Giant Cape. All right, Giant Cape. Swing in with Ori. It's in one-shot range to a Magnezone, but we're not finding it. I am scared right now. I'm not gonna lie. Pheromosa can 2-shot. Oh, the Guzma. Well played. And then we got Big Beat coming in next turn. And since we couldn't find our evolutions on time, then we've lost the game. Well played. Well played. Gotta give it to you. Maybe the deck with 2 Oricorios was better. It's hard to say, right? Very hard to say. This deck does not feel good. I'll be honest with you. Every time we try to make Oricorio work, I don't think it works. If anyone has seen anyone else play ranked mode and they made Oricorio work, then let me know what deck it is. I feel like we're giving up on Oricorio. I'm trying to force him to work because I just want him to be good, but it just doesn't seem like this deck was actually cooking a little bit. We got a couple of good wins, but overall we've lost a drastic amount with this deck, and it's tarnished our win-loss ratio quite a bit. Yeah, 50% win-loss. Like we dropped quite a bit. We're 3-8 on the day with Zeraora. 3 wins, 8 losses. I do think today is the actual last time I try out Zeraora. I just can't do it. You've seen Tapu Koko EX and Luxray? Part of me wants to try it because I'm desperate to try and make a Zeraora work. But I don't know, man. I'm losing hope. I'll write it down on the list in case I'm desperate and I need a new deck to play one day. But I'm at a loss. You're running double Zeraora, double Silvally, Oricorio, Tapu, and Pikachu? Dang. I don't know. Every time I try and do Pikachu and Tapu Koko, it never works out in my favor. Just wait for the new expansion. Well, we didn't get a chance, unfortunately, chat. Gengar plus Shiinotic plus Rare Candy. So, unfortunately, we did not get a chance to try out the Gengar Shiinotic that I wanted to do because we were too busy playing Zeraora and we just lost way too many games with it. We'll try Gengar Shiinotic next time. All right. The next time we're going to be on Pokemon is going to be on Thursday. So not tomorrow, Wednesday, but Thursday. We're going to play some Pokemon and we're going to try and make Gengar Shiinotic work. Okay. Actually, no, I might be on tomorrow. We'll see. It's either tomorrow I'm going to be on or it's going to be Thursday I'm going to be on. I think it's Thursday. I think Thursday is the Pokemon Gengar Shiinotic. So don't expect Pokemon tomorrow, if anything. Other than that, I don't have any other deck ideas besides trying Blacephalon again, Crocodile, Lycanroc EX, and Passimian, and then Beware just to like meme and have fun with, and see if we can win a game without ever doing damage to the Pokemon. Because I think that'd be a good game. We can't play Beware in a ranked match. Actually, we could if we want to D-rank. I tried doing it before. I think we went like 0-3 or 0-4. If anything, I'd play like a public match with Beware. Because Beware's ability says if you flip 2 heads, your opponent is knocked out for 3 energy. So it'd be funny making just a quick 5-10 minute video showcasing Beware winning a game without doing any damage. It'd be hilarious, I think. Just a one-time thing, right? As a challenge. Sometimes we like to do Pokemon challenges in the game to spice things up. The only Pokemon challenge I've done so far was hitting max damage, which was with Celebi, obviously, and we hit 990. I did have some other Pokemon challenges written down that we never had a chance to get to because I've been busy. One of them being we make a deck with Mew EX in it, because Mew EX copies ability with genome hacking, and then we play Ditto. Like, who plays Mew EX with Ditto and that's the only Pokemon you have in the deck? And the idea is you just copy abilities and win with Ditto and Mew. So there are some challenge decks, but we've not had time to get to them. We'll see if we have time, hopefully this weekend, after we try out Gengar, Shiinotic, Crocodile, Blacephalon, and all the other decks we want to get to. Overall, though, today was a good day. We did get Shiinotic and Solgaleo to work. So that deck that we played, Solgaleo and Shiinotic, we'll be posting that video tomorrow. The Solgaleo Shiinotic deck we'll be doing tomorrow. This was the deck list for anyone wondering. How can you send the deck list to me? You can just type it in the chat usually. Whenever we're playing and whenever I'm like, all right, let's play a new deck. Usually I just look at chat and I'll ask you guys what deck idea we should try and make. But I have some like written down on a notepad that people have been suggesting, and I'm putting it down on like the recommended. Just for the deck idea list, you can just throw a Pokemon name out. They said Crocodile, so I just wrote down Crocodile, and then we'll venture into that whenever the time comes. Alright, the video that went live, I'm going to be heading out here, but I do have a video if you guys do want to watch. It is going to be the Weezing Nihilego deck that we ended up playing, I think, a couple days ago. It did really well. It was a very toxic deck with Weezing, Koga, double Nihilego, double Barb, very fun to play. It does have Darkrai in it as well. That video just went live if you guys do want to take a look at that. Other than that, I do appreciate you guys hanging out and being here. Much love, all of that good stuff. I will be on again Thursday. 2 days from now, Thursday, I'll be back and we'll try out the Gengar Shiinotic and then any other deck that we have on the list. Possibly. So you guys enjoy yourselves today. Enjoy yourselves tomorrow as well, and I'll see you guys in 2 days from now. You're on a win streak. You removed Magnemite line and you're using one type null. Silvally, double Ori, double Zeraora, and it's way more consistent. Honestly, that sounds very good, Samara. Because not only are you getting rid of a stage 2, but you're also still able to dish out 100 damage a lot sooner as well. And it's basically the same as like 110 damage. That does sound crazy. But am I desperate enough to go back and try the Zeraora Magnemite deck again? Or Oricorio? I might be desperate enough. I'll put it back on the list. One Silvally. Are you running just one Ori? Oh, you're running double Oricorio. Two Oricorio. We'll see. I might have to run some games offline first to see if it does feel consistent and then come back online and try it. I've tried like 5 or 6 different types of Zeraora decks, and I'm so tired of seeing that Pokemon now. But I'll write this down. Am I going to upload Zeraora best moments? There should be some clips of Zeraora coming over the next couple of days. We have some clips already scheduled, but we'll try and get some clips on Zeraora for sure. All right, I'll see you guys again next time. Much love. Thanks for all the likes today and everything.